Geauga Local Access Cable GTV is proud to bring you high school sports. It is week 2 here at Chardon High School as the Hilltoppers open up the home part of their season against the Perry Pirates. Thanks for joining us here on GTV. Jamie Ward along with Matt Jaworski. And Matt, we've had a lot of home games over the years here at Memorial Field. This year a little bit different. There's only going to be 4 of them. And so tonight, youth football night, Hall of Fame night, and Chardon with a little bit of a more difficult schedule.
Absolutely. Hilltoppers come into this game 0-1. And you look at it, Jamie, a lot of history being renewed tonight. The first time that these two teams are playing since 1967. Chardon riding a 4-game win streak, according to the News Herald. Perry, though, leading the all-time series 18-15. This is long overdue to get these two schools back together, and this is a stellar Perry team coming in. They're going to really test the Hilltoppers tonight. Yeah, what a different game it was back then, but this is really important for the Hilltoppers in the sense that after that disappointing loss last week, they would really like to get back on track. Well, it's going to be an exciting one, and so we'll pause, be back with the opening kick here on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chardon Memorial Field for another season of Chardon High School football. Tonight, we welcome you to the 2018 Chardon Alumni Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Our first inductee, Dale B. Wedge. Dale is a graduate of the class of 1975. He is married to Gretchen Jate Wedge, who is a 1979 graduate. Dale and Gretchen have a son and daughter who both attended Chardon High School. Dale worked for Geauga County from 1973 to 2017, where he was director of the Geauga County Department of Emergency Services from 1981 to 2017, and served on the Chardon Civil Service Commission. During his time with the county, Dale developed a radiological emergency response plan for possible emergencies at the Perry Nuclear Power Plant. He developed an overall emergency response plan for Geauga County, developed a chemical emergency response plan for Geauga County and its political subdivisions, and sat on committees to develop and implement enhanced 911 and the county-wide 800 megahertz radio communication systems. Dale is a past member of the Chardon JCs and the Chardon Fire Department and served part-time for the Burton Police Department for 29 years, retiring as a lieutenant in charge of all part-time officers. Dale's volunteer efforts include working for the Geauga County Historical Society as the town marshal during special events, volunteering for the Meals on Wheels program for the Department on Aging, and working for Habitat for Humanity. Tonight, we honor Dale Wedge. Next, Dale Smith. Dale was a 1973 graduate of Chardon High School. He married Deborah Mead, also a Chardon graduate, and she has 3 daughters and a son. Dale devoted much of his life to the fire services. He worked as a firefighter, then as a fire inspector for the Veterans Association. At the local level, he served as a volunteer firefighter at the Hamden and Munson departments. He was a certified fire instructor and, as such, touched the lives of many young men. His commitment was always to encourage each student to strive to be their best. Firefighters from 4 counties have acknowledged the impact Dale had on their lives. Dale expanded his service to his community when he became a Hamden Township employee. Model railroading was a long-standing hobby for Dale, and he was a member of the National Model Railroad Association. He served the local group as assistant superintendent, served on committees for national conventions, and participated in rail fests at Lakeland Community College. Dale died in 2018, and at his memorial service, he was remembered as Uncle Dale by Chief Scott Hildenbrand and many other firefighters. Deborah Smith will accept the award. Tonight, we honor Dale Smith. Judy Yonke Thrasher. Judy graduated from Chardon High School in 1982. She is married and has one daughter. Judy graduated from ICM School of Business in 1983, Lakeland Community College in 1992, and received a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Ursuline College in 1995. A probation officer with the criminal justice system, she works to protect the public and assists in returning offenders to useful lives. Judy created the probation department for the municipal court in 1991 and has continually improved the department over the years with many changes in the criminal justice system. In 2008, she established the Area Agency Meeting, which brings together quarterly many Geauga County agencies to better deliver services within the county. Judy has been a role model for other probation departments, and she graduated from Leadership Geauga in 2011. Her volunteerism includes working in the Amish community to help combat domestic violence, volunteering for Women's Safe, and the DARE program. Tonight, we honor Judy Yonke Thrasher. Mary Ann Price Swain. Mary Ann graduated in the Chardon High School class of 1959 as valedictorian. She is married and has two daughters, Judy and Brenda. Mary Ann studied psychology at DePauw University and graduated with many honors. She went to the University of Michigan for her master's and PhD, also accruing many more honors along the way. She taught psychology and nursing at the University of Michigan and assumed many other management responsibilities. Mary Ann then moved on to Binghamton University, State University of New York, as a professor of nursing. She has had many articles published related to administration, psychology of nursing, and the use of research in nursing care, has done sponsored research as co-principal investigator and principal investigator in many programs involving nursing care and related health issues, and has participated in many state and national committees relating to academics and nursing. Mary Ann has been active in service events both in her community and nationally. Some of her many honors and awards include Girl Scouts Council 1994 National Honorary Member, Golden Key National Honor Society, 2007 Women of Distinction Award, and she was recognized as the 2017 Bartle Professor. Tonight, we honor Mary Ann Price Swain. Tonight, the Chardon High School Athletic Department is pleased to welcome three new inductees to the CHS Athletic Hall of Fame. Aaron Hollinger Gadanik, class of '08. Aaron was a three-year varsity letter winner in basketball and track and a member of the marching band. As a high school basketball player, she was part of 3 conference championships, was a 3-time All-Conference and Academic All-Conference Award winner while carrying a 4.0 GPA, and is one of 4 players in CHS history to score 1,000 points. Aaron also averaged 18.5 points and 10 rebounds per game during her senior season. As a high school track athlete, Aaron was an indoor state qualifier in the high jump, a 2-time OHSAA Division I regional qualifier in high jump, and still holds the CHS high jump record 10 years after graduating. Erin continued her education and basketball and track careers at Case Western Reserve University, where she earned a degree in macromolecular science and engineering with a 3.95 GPA. As a collegiate athlete, Erin was a 4-time All-Conference basketball player and scored 1,421 career points, was a 4-time NCAA Division III All-American in the high jump, and was a 2-time Case Western Reserve University Female Athlete of the Year. Erin currently works for Parker Hannafin as a plastics engineer and resides in Twinsburg with her husband, Jeremy, and their 2 cats. Please welcome Aaron Hollinger Gadanik to the CHS Athletic Hall of Fame. Laura Wickman, class of '06. Laura was a 3-year letter winner in basketball, but is best known as a Hilltopper volleyball player, where she also earned 3 varsity letters and was a 3-year starter. During her senior year, both the Hilltopper volleyball and basketball teams earned Premier Athletic Conference championships, and the volleyball team, under Laura's leadership as captain, went undefeated in conference play with a school-best 23-2 overall record. The CHS 2005 volleyball team advanced to the OHSAA Division I District Finals. Upon graduation from CHS, Laura continued her education and volleyball career at Capital University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in business. She earned a Master of Business Education from Bowling Green State University and taught at Grove City High School from 2012 to 2017. Laura currently lives in Memphis, Tennessee, and works at the University of Memphis in Career Services as coordinator of the Memphis Career Preparation Academy for first-generation and low-income freshman students. Please welcome Laura Wickman to the CHS Athletic Hall of Fame. Gary Leggett, class of '86. Gary was an all-conference 3-sport athlete in football, basketball, and baseball for Chardon High School from 1982 to 1986. A tight end linebacker in football, a guard on the basketball team, and a third baseman in baseball, Gary Leggett epitomizes the era of the 3-sport high school standout athlete. His high school football career earned him several Division I college football offers. Instead, Gary chose Mount Union and earned a bachelor's degree in business administration and sports management in 1990. After graduation, Gary returned to Chardon and began what is now nearly 30 years of service to the Chardon sports community, beginning as a high school basketball coach at CHS from 1991 to 93, and a Chardon girls travel basketball coach from 2012 to 2015. Gary was also a founding member of the Chardon Storm, a travel softball program that serves as a feeder to the CHS softball program, and he was also part of the group that built new dugouts for the high school softball fields at Munson Township Park. Gary has spent a lifetime participating in and contributing to Hilltopper athletics. In 2005, Gary co-founded Data Voice Connect, a telecommunications services company headquartered in Chardon and servicing clients in the U.S., China, India, and Europe. Gary currently lives in Chardon with his wife Laura and their 2 daughters, senior Lexi and sophomore Lindsay, both of whom attend CHS and are Hilltopper athletes. Please welcome Gary Leggett to the CHS Athletic Hall of Fame. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2018 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. Football fans, shout hey as the band performs the Hey Song. Cheerleading teams and the future of the Chardon Hilltopper down on the field to welcome the team. Here they come, your 2018 Chardon Hilltopper football team. Let's go!
And so we're ready for the kickoff here at Memorial Field. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, thanks for joining us. Whether you're listening live at home or you're watching us on this Labor Day replay, it is the weekend of the great Geauga County Fair, Labor Day. Everyone's back in school, Matt, and the Chardon Hilltoppers here in week 2 trying to really turn this season around. A very I would call it a shocking loss last week, especially considering they were leading 19-0 at one point, and to play a program like Perry here at home in front of this kind of crowd, that could really turn your season around.
It absolutely could. This is a Perry team that has just 2 losses in the last 2 years. They've both been to Steubenville, deep in the playoffs. So you look at a game like tonight, and realistically speaking, Jamie, and I don't want to jump ahead of things, a loss tonight by the Hilltoppers could be big trouble as the road games start to come into play. 3 straight road games after tonight, folks. So if you're wondering, hey, when can I see the Hilltoppers next? Going to be September 28th.
Yeah, and you can always listen to us, of course, live all season long. The Perry Pirates will receive the opening kickoff. No. Yes, that is right. And they are in their white uniforms on the left side of the field. Chardon in all black. And we will see Keaton Ziegenfuss to kick things off for the Hilltoppers, who, again, didn't look bad in week 1, Matt, but certainly lost the momentum and never got it back. Perry with a great crowd, as we would expect, traveling here to Chardon, filling up those visiting bleachers. And they are ready to go. Back deep, Jacob Allen and Cameron Rogers for the Pirates. And our first home game has just kicked off. Short kick, fielded at the 10. That's Rogers on the far side of the field, and he gets across the 25. And that's where the Pirates will start things off, Matt. And we expect this offense, despite the injury, which we'll talk about, but still a pretty potent set of guys.
Absolutely. This is an offense, folks, that can do it through the air and they can do it through the ground. The injury is going to mean that Cameron Rogers is going to be running right over people instead of having a kid like Jalen Anderson run around you.
Immediately out in the field, the Pirates with 4 wide receivers in the game, and Chardon has 5 defensive backs in from the gun. Our quarterback today, Drew Schiano, he's going to drop back. He is pressured, and he goes down. An early sack and an early good sign for the Hilltoppers.
That is the way how you start things off. I think John Paglia was one of the guys in there, John Dinko.
Dinko, a junior, 6'3", 212 pounds. He'll be playing fullback as well tonight. Right back at it. The Pirates, they're going to keep it. Running here on the near side. Not much going, though, as he's brought down again by a host of tacklers. That was Jake Reed.
And McKnight, the first guy there to bring him down. You look at this offense, Drew Schiano, the junior, 5'10", 145 the QB, but Jamie, he looks a little bit smaller than those numbers.
Again, no huddle for the Pirates under head coach Matt Rosati. A familiar face in Geauga County years ago when he really made the Wolverines program what it was for many years back in the early 2000s. Gonna drop back, quick pass, caught, but stopped well short of the first down. Gang tackled by the Hilltoppers, and so the defense holds up, ball in the 32-yard line, and the punting unit will come out.
Yeah, it was Jake Reed who caught the pass, Jamie. He did a nice job to hang on with it. The Hilltoppers, they were trying to strip that football, cause a turnover, but give Reed some credit there. And it's going to be interesting to see. Hilltoppers have had the whole week to work on things because that second half last week was just a disaster.
John McKnight is back deep for Chardon. He did have one of those costly fumbles. However, he also had specialty. They're going to fake it, running to the right side, and does he have the first down? Chardon says no. Difficult for us to see the spot, but I think we can trust in what the Hilltoppers believe, and yes, they are short. So the Pirates with an early gamble, and you know, I think, Matt, that was a read play by the punter. and he made the wrong decision.
Drew Schiano does the punting and quarterbacking duty, so when you play Perry, that's something that you have to watch out for, Jamie. Always a threat. He could go and do either.
Ball is placed at the 34-yard line for this Hilltopper offense, led, of course, by the senior Andrew Kobacheski. Kobe from the gun, fakes it. He'll keep it straight up the middle. And he's got some positive yards, 3 or 4. Hilltoppers, of course, Matt, running this wing T offense that now we've seen for years. They do have a new offensive coordinator this year in Frank Hall, who was an assistant coach at Chardon, left. Former offensive coordinator Don Novotzik, no longer a member of the staff, and so we're going to see what this play calling looks like here early in the season. Now Kobe under center. McKnight is in motion. The give is to McKnight, and he runs for a couple more. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, not much going on there. And Chris Llanos there with the tackle. Look at what Kobe did last week. 24 carries, 78 yards, about a 3.3 average, Jamie. But unfortunately, the number that I think a lot of people are going to see is those 2 fumbles that he had last week.
Yeah, but, you know, he is the most talented player on the offense, according to the coaching staff. Kobe right there as well.
Well, and the one thing I will say, too, is at least one of those fumbles really wasn't his fault because the defense took it out of his hands as he was trying to hand the ball off.
3rd down and 4, McKnight in motion. Fakes the give to the fullback. Kobe's going to lose a yard. Not the type of play that Chardon wanted there. And really, Matt, you think about those scores in that first game. It was special teams related, and then they had that 94-yard touchdown pass, sort of a unique thing for the Hilltoppers. They have not got the running game going. Offense is going to stay out here, though, on 4th down and 7.
Well, 4th and 7, ball around the 33-yard line or so. And I mean, that's an awful hard punt if you're going to try to pin them back. You almost have to go for it.
Aggressive early. We're under 8 minutes here in the first quarter. Man in motion. They're going to fake it. Kobe running here near side. Breaks one tackle, and there he goes. He's got the corner. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
32-yard touchdown run for Andrew Kobacheski. Toppers last week were just 1 of 3 on 4th down situations. Off to a good start tonight.
Yeah, great blocking there on the outside, and it's a big play. Ziegenfuss will be on for the extra point with 7:49 to go here in the first quarter. Good snap and hold, and the extra point is good. Hilltoppers on top, 7-0, Matt. And so, that's a good start, especially when you're here at home.
It is, Jamie. And, you know, Keaton last week had a couple of issues that he had to deal with, but good to see him get them fixed, good PAT, and to get this crowd excited, to get them making some noise. That's what you got to need if you're the Hilltoppers. You need this home field advantage because you're not going to have it for another 3 weeks. Good time, by the way, to let you know about our funding communities and thank them for their support over the years, including those not funding this broadcast. They include Burton Village, the city of Chardon, Chardon Township, Handon Township, Munson Township. Appreciate all your support here on GTV.
Don't forget, we are live each and every week here via audio, and this game in particular, though, we'll be replaying both on Saturday night and all day on Sunday.
So when you've had enough of the fair.
Right. A lot of that as well.
Going to be a hot, well, I shouldn't say hot. It's supposed to be a decent weekend weather-wise for the fair.
Yeah, not bad. It's 75 degrees right now here in Chardon with, of course, the sun.
It won't be the 90 it was throughout the week.
Right. Yeah, humidity left with that big thunderstorm. So the Hilltoppers again to kick off. Same two are back for Perry. Chardon Crazies are happy, Matt. They've got the, that's a neon theme.
I don't know. I was kind of calling it OSHA Awareness Night.
Like the the road workers. Ball
Yep.
fielded, brought across the 30, 35, and out of bounds after the 35.
To be fair, there are a number of students in there that have their OSHA vests on. I saw the OSHA, at least grade 2 plus hard hats down there. Safety first, Jamie.
That's what Brian Foster's wearing down on the sidelines. Hard to miss him in that color. Pirates will take the ball on their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
This is a big possession for Perry trying to answer back.
Again, from the gun, the give straight ahead and stop at the line of scrimmage, about a yard on that carry.
And that was Rogers again, and he's going to get the bulk of those carries. You look at what Cameron Rogers did last week, and he was not the featured back last week. 9 carries, 51 yards, about a 5.6 yards per carry, but the injury to Jalen Anderson has moved him into that starting role.
5 wide receivers set, no tight ends, no backs behind Schiano, the quarterback. He takes the snap. It's not a good one. He's going to throw it, though, and it is almost intercepted. Great coverage on the far side.
I believe that was Max Lichty who was there and nearly got the pick and did a nice job of putting himself in position to get that interception. Just couldn't bring it down. But Jamie, Hilltopper's catching a break because in the offseason, Perry's sophomore stud, Jalen Anderson, tore a meniscus in his knee, tried to play through it last week, too much pain, had surgery this week to get that fixed.
3rd down and 7. Pirates, plenty of time for Schiano. Now he's pressured. He escapes. Pass is intercepted. That's Bowman. DJ Bowman, he breaks the tackle, and he's got a pick 6. Woo!
Wow.
Schiano threw it right into Bowman's chest, Matt, and he only had to break 1 tackle. By the way, he's a fullback, so he's no stranger to having the football. And the Hilltoppers, what a start.
They are taking out some aggression. They had issues last week, and Jamie, they're making us forget all about that game against West Geauga.
6:51 here in the first quarter. Ziegenfuss again on for the extra point. And it is good. There was a whistle. It's no good. But there was...
they may be keeping him on the field.
There was a whistle before the snap. So we'll figure out what happened there exactly. But, you know, DJ Bowman, what did he have? He had 17 tackles, right, Matt, last week?
Yeah, Bowman last week, and he had a pretty good week. 17 total tackles. He had 10 assists, 7 solo.
Unbelievable. And, you know, this is a young man coming into his junior year. We did not see much of him, if any of him at all, last year. So whatever happened, they're going to retry the extra point. Same distance. Now we're ready. And that one is blocked. 2nd time. Boy, Ziegenfuss did that last week, Matt. Low line drive kick right into that line.
Yeah, something that he's going to have to fix as this season goes by. But the good news is Hilltoppers up 13 with just under 7 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. And Jamie, what I think is even more impressive is the way this Hilltopper defense has played.
Well, the defensive coordinators, of course, Brian Landis and Bob Francis, they have been co-defensive coordinators now for all 8 years that Mitch Hewitt has been the head coach. And you think about Mitch Hewitt, Matt, Chardon graduate in 1999, went to a state championship game his senior year. They ended up losing in very dramatic fashion, but Hewitt goes on to play Division I football, comes back, is an assistant, moves on to West G for a moment, comes back to Chardon 8 seasons ago as the head coach, and boy, did he really turn things around here.
Yeah, he got this program back on the path to prosperity, and Hilltoppers trying to remain prosperous. Jamie, starting off the season 0-1, but boy, if this is any indication, Canfield better watch out next week.
Hewitt, of course, replaced Jim DePofi, who was the coach before him, who is now over on the Perry sideline as an assistant there. DePofi still a Chardon teacher, as is Hewitt. Well, Hilltoppers are going to kick off. This Perry offense lacks confidence, that's for sure. Good kick into the middle of the field. Fielded by Rogers across the 10 into the 15. There he goes, left side, and he gets across the 30. Good return by Cameron Rogers, the senior.
Want to see Chardon continue to pressure on the QB at this point. They've been doing a good job of it so far.
You know, you mentioned Schiano, he's a junior, listed as 5'10". We all agree, not quite there. But if this Hilltopper defensive line, and we're talking about Wade Novak, Jared Hall, John Paglio, John Dinko, and Dylan Thomas rotating in and out, if they can continue to get pressure, this young man might have some trouble today. From the gun on 1st and 10, gives it to Rogers right next to him, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Late flag comes in.
Well, you talk about Drew Schiano. Last week, 16 of 23 for 219 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a bad debut as the starting QB. And of course, they took on Riverside, Dave Boers, who Chardon knows very well.
Absolutely. You know, interesting. Perry played Riverside, a winner 28-14. Now they take on the Hilltoppers, and next week they've got Madison. So maybe Perry wants to join the WRC.
You know, with all the changes going on next year in the CVC, a move to the WRC would make more geographical sense.
Certainly be the smallest school. It is a holding penalty. So 1st and 20 for the Pirates. Man in motion, and now we've got another flag.
Boy, the Pirates just shooting themselves in the foot early.
Very interesting. Now 1st and 25. That's an illegal procedure penalty. So Perry fakes a punt essentially, doesn't get it, gives the Hilltoppers field position. Then they throw an interception. Now they start this third drive at 1st and 25. Schiano from the gun. Spencer Kane is in motion, rolling to his right. Schiano's throw open, but overshoots his target. That was Anthony Rosati. Couldn't bring it in.
No, and if you're wondering, that is the coach's son. Rosati had a good look at that, but you look at Anthony, he's just a junior, 5'7", 145. If he was 6'3", he might have been able to touch that football, but just way over his head.
You know, we talk a lot here on the home side about looking into the sun here early in the season. Make no mistake, though, for those players, that sun is in their peripheral vision. And based on which way you have to turn your head, there are no sunglasses out there on the field.
No, not especially as the shade starts to come into play.
Schiano, 3-step drop, throws it down the field, wide open, and it's caught. 35-30. Perry's got a big play to the 10, still on his feet. And finally brought down. What a large young man, Matt. That's Jacob Allen.
Yeah, the senior 6'0", 220, and that's a huge pass. And Perry now in great field position.
Allen was in the slot, went down the middle of the field, and he was wide open.
Now, 3rd time this game that they've had an opportunity to throw the ball to a wide open receiver. First time that they've been able to make the Hilltoppers pay for it.
Clock running at 6:12. It's 1st down and 10 from the 13. Schiano to the end zone, touchdown. That is Matt Cool. The big tight end. He's 6'5", 210, and that pass was right up into those big paws of Cool, and he brought it in, Matt.
Well, Schiano stayed cool, no pun intended.
Yeah, right.
He had a good look at his tight end and made the easy throw.
On for the extra point. The kick is up and good. So the Pirates get onto the scoreboard, make it 13-7. I just want to, that missed extra point. Once again, we didn't know it at the time, but it really came back to hurt Chardon, and It'll be interesting to see if the Hilltoppers score again. One of the interesting things we saw last week is that they tried to go for 2 to make up for it, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's a great point, and something that we didn't have a lot of time to talk about last week, Jamie, considering how the course of events went. But if Chardon had made that PAT, they wouldn't have necessarily gone for the 2-point conversion on their third score. So you have to assume it would have at least been 20 points that they would have had, if not 21. But then that, of course, would have forced the Wolverines' hand to do something.
Yeah, awful lot of offense here early on. Thanks for joining us on GTV, especially if you're listening live at home. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Ever since we started bringing Hilltopper football live, I know we get a lot of people who listen from outside of Chardon, and people who maybe just don't want to come down. Full house again tonight as usual. Beautiful night. As Samson Augustin kicks it off. Good kick, but it's out of bounds. That's a penalty flag. He was aiming for that corner, came a couple of yards short.
You know, it's funny. People just do not want to kick off to John McKnight.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Saw what happened last week. Hilltoppers last season, Matt, 6 wins, 4 losses. But the year before, they were 10-0. And what we have this year with this offense is Andrew Kobaczewski, who's now coming into his 3rd year as a starting quarterback. And that's a big deal in this wing T offense.
Yeah, he's got this offense down pat. Granted, it's not the exact same offense as it was under Don Novacek. There's been some wrinkles in there, but it is still a wing T under Frank Hall.
Kobaczewski is under center with a traditional wing T behind him. 1 split end, man in motion, and that is the guy who's got the football. Good carry there for Cole Purchase, who gets about 7 yards.
Well, it's what you like to see. Hilltoppers just move the ball forward.
You know, we talked to the News Herald's John Camp before the game, who's familiar with both of these programs. He felt like Chardon really needed to control the clock. Hasn't been the case here early, but we'll see if that's how things play out. From the gun, all 11 players right in your screen. The fake, Kobe keeps it knocked down. He loses a yard.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go, and the linebacker Jason Byer was right there to bring him down.
5-12 and counting here in the first quarter.
Byer last week had half a tackle for a loss, 5 total tackles, and their win over Riverside.
Now, 3rd down and 6. Same formation, 1 split end though. Fullback comes to the right of the quarterback, who's in the shotgun. McKnight is in motion, fakes it. Here comes Kobe, running far side, and he is again knocked back. He loses yards again, and the Hilltoppers, Matt, will have to punt.
He was just strung out. The offensive line could not open up any room for him to run, and by the time he got to the end of the line, just all white shirts there waiting for him.
Perry Pirates with these white helmets. They've got the number on the side.
Old school.
Old school is right.
That's not the Perry Pirate helmet I remember fondly back from when I was in high school.
Right, that red helmet with the Perry across down the side.
Yep. Oh, we beat the heck out of those helmets when I was in high school.
Matt, a Wycliffe grad. Good punt. It is fielded though at the 25. And wrapped up after a couple of yards. That's Jacob Allen, who had the very big play. And the Pirate offense now back on the field. Good thing for Perry. They settled things down. And now they can maybe try to enact that game plan that they would have started with.
Yeah, and again, we'll see what the Hilltoppers defense can do here. The first couple possessions, they had success getting pressure on the quarterback, not so much on that last drive. And really, that's the key when you play a quarterback like Shiano. He's small, and if you can get him to lose his composure, good things will happen.
He's got the high red socks. He's from the gun here on 1st and 10. 3:54 first quarter. Looks like he's making an adjustment. 4 wide receivers. There he goes. Throws it wide open into the flat. That was Anthony Rosati again, and he's got a first down, a pickup of about 12.
Bowman, a nice job to make that tackle. And it was a good play call. You saw him just almost get a pick from one of his teammates. Was right there. Good throw by Shiano, who had a lot of time to throw the football.
Back up and at him. 5 wide receivers in a no huddle. And now Shiano looks over to the sideline. Low snap, fields it. Good throw again, and it's complete. About 9 more on that play. That's Jake Reed.
Well, Jake Reed, an exciting player, a senior, 6'3", 175. Had a lot of success last week.
You know, Matt, Perry, a smaller school for sure than Chardon, but they've got some big boys. Second down and 1. Under 3 minutes now, first quarter. It's 13-7. Hilltoppers on top. Jacob Allen is now to the left of Shiano as a tailback. Fakes it. Shiano's going to keep it. First down across midfield to the 45, and he's out of bounds.
Cole Purchase able to chase him out of bounds. And, you know, Jamie, you think about it, you know, Perry, Madison, really the 2 school districts in the far east end of the county. And get your farm boys out there.
Yeah.
Kind of like out here in Geauga County.
Yeah, just some. Chardon doesn't have anybody on their roster as big as some of these Pirates. First down and 10 from the gun. Shiano option play. Kicks it off to Allen, who is hit after about 6 yards. He's inside the 30 to the 29.
Now the Pirates have definitely settled down, and they've been able to change some things up, and the Hilltoppers struggling at this point to play catch-up to those changes.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. This Pirates offense now running actually something that we might see out of Chardon, and they give it to the guy in motion, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing going there for number 41. That was DeAndre Malone.
They've spent a lot of time this drive going left side. This time they come near side. And the other thing, Jamie, is they've started with the last possession that they've had. They're starting to take the crowd out of this.
Headed toward the Crazies into that north end zone. Third down from the gun. Here's Rogers, and he's hit low and dropped in the backfield. Nice tackle there by Vince Ferrante, who went low. And you got to go low against a young man like Rogers, who's 6'2", 215. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And we have a timeout. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. The Perry Pirates are going to take a timeout, Matt. And, you know, let's talk a minute about the great Geauga County Fair, which will be all weekend long. It's a big event in Geauga County, the oldest fair in all of Ohio.
This is what, 196 for it?
Yeah, all 88 counties in Ohio. We've got the oldest. And we've got coverage all weekend long, replays all weekend long. Brian Foster just nodded his head, but he's also yawning. That's what kind of work is put in by this crew.
What's your favorite part of the fair, Jamie?
Oh, I mean, maybe there's is it the chicken flying or the rooster flying contest? The chicken flying?
Rooster.
It's a rooster? That was yesterday, I think. I'm sure we got that. That'll be playing all weekend long. You know, I like the interviews with the politicians as well, which we always do. And, you know, in a way, it sort of marks the end of summer. It's not technically the end of summer, but school's back and Labor Day weekend. And as we say in Chardon, winter is coming. So
Let's not talk about that W word yet. I'm enjoying sitting here in shorts.
Perry's going to go for it here on 4th down and 3. This is a big play. Schiano's got no backs to his left or right. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. Here comes a man in motion. It's Rogers. Schiano takes the snap. Quick drop. The throw is over the outstretched hand of Jake Reed. And the Hilltoppers hold.
Yeah, that throw was off the mark. Reed had to turn around, turn to his left, if you will. I think that ball was actually supposed to have been to his right side, and he just couldn't do anything about that. Big stop for the Hilltoppers. And now, Jamie, with 1:27 left to play here in the first quarter, the sputtering Chardon offense coming back out on the field. It's really been that one run by Kobacheski, and that was it.
If you're listening live at home, West Geauga on top of NDCL 7-0. That's interesting. Kobacheski under center takes a snap, gives it straight ahead, and there he goes. Look at this, up the middle. From the 28-yard line, untouched, Wade Novak, his second long touchdown of the season. And my, oh my, the Perry defense, Matt, asleep at the wheel.
They did not see Wade Novak coming, and he just ripped off a 72-yard touchdown run right up the gut.
Unbelievable. That's the type of offense that we have seen from Chardon when they're at their absolute best. That's a straight fullback dive. But when you're running the wing T and you're running guys in motion and you're being confusing as the extra point is up and good, a guy like Novak goes right up the gut. And Matt, once he got past the backers, he was gone.
Yeah.
That makes it 21-7. 20, yes, sorry. Scoreboard wrong. Hey, you know what I like to see there, man? They kicked the extra point.
They did.
They didn't go for 2.
It was a good move. You look at Wade, and last week, 2 carries, 29 yards. He did have that touchdown run. And he is just, Wade is one of those guys that's kind of, he's an unsung senior on this team. You saw him slip into that quarterback role last week when Kobe lost his helmet, had to come off. But Wade came in, ran a couple plays, did what he had to do, and this time gets the football. Everyone's looking at Kobe. They're looking at McKnight. They're not looking at Wade Novak. Straight up the middle, ran through people, ran past them. Leads a little bit more comfortable right now.
The offense, just like we saw last week, playing well in the first half. 4th time we've kicked off, and we're still in the first quarter. Ziegenfuss, end over end, fielded at the 11. Far side, Rogers. Up the middle, Rogers. Well, you're not going to arm tackle that young man. That might have been Malone, actually. It was Malone. DeAndre Malone. Also a stout Perry Pirate, but 1 minute, 9 seconds to go.
Well, Chardon able to force a turnover on downs last time around. Let's see what they can do.
4 wide receivers. The give straight ahead. That looks like Rogers. They breaks away across midfield, changes hands. 30. No, that's Allen. And he's down to the 21-yard line.
Allen ripping off a huge run right there. Picking up where he left off. Well, I shouldn't say. Last week, 4 carries for 5 yards, so doing a lot better there than last week with his big run. But they got to get creative, Jamie. Without Jalen Allen here, you got to try some different things, get some eyes off of a guy like Cameron Rogers. And boy, the pressure back right now on the Hilltoppers defense. The only saving grace is for the next 40 seconds, they've got the crazies behind them. So we'll see what the Pirates going to do. They're looking to throw it toward the end zone, left corner, in and out of the hands. Boy, they thought they might have had something going there. Looking for Anthony Rosati. He just could not bring it down. Stop the clock with 31 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Chardon again looks over to the sidelines.
I don't know what he's seeing because all I'm seeing is a big yellow dot in my vision.
From the gun. Gives it. This time is to Rogers. He gets ahead for maybe 3 yards.
And that's going to be it.
Could be the last play of this first quarter. We'll see what is decided.
Actually, they got to stop the clock, Jamie. Hilltopper down.
Yeah, you're right.
Cramp.
15 seconds to go. First cramp.
Yeah. Didn't see the Hilltoppers cramp up at all last week, although it was a little bit cooler than this time. But they've certainly had a heck of a week of practice. A lot of hot weather to kind of hydrate through. Got to get those electrolytes in, you know.
We know how important those are.
Get the pickle juice, the sports drink of your choice.
Well, let's go ahead and pause. We'll be back. Hilltoppers on top, 20-7.
Did I hear you right that the stream may be down?
We are still live, but Dave just showed me that it was up, so maybe it's okay. I guess there's just, seems like there's some broken links.
Bowman, right? Yeah.
Not that it matters. The TV, the replay will be fine. So back here, Mitch Hewitt coming off the field, and it was Bowman who had cramped up. Of course, he's so active, there's no surprise. 3rd down and 7. Clock is now running, 10 seconds to go. Chardon with 7 from the gun, and let's see, they may decide to let it run. 3, 2. They take the snap with 1 second. Chardon fakes it. Now he's running near side. Gets maybe another yard.
That was forced out of bounds by Nathaniel Salka, the freshman. I still can't get over how big that kid is. 6'3", 182.
Well, when you are playing at the varsity level as a freshman.
On this Chardon program.
And this Hilltopper team, I mean, when's the last time we've seen a freshman play?
Jamie, been a long time.
Well, that is the end of the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here on GTV. The Hilltoppers put up 20 on a great offensive performance. Still plenty more, though, where that came from. We'll pause, be back. Well, welcome back. Big play again coming up here. The Perry Pirates with the football. It's 4th down and 1. They're on the Chardon 11-yard line. First play here of the second quarter. Obviously a big one, and they've got Jacob Allen to the left of Chardon. Hard snap. Shiano's going to keep it left side. Oh, it's going to depend on the spot.
He is awfully close.
Looks like he has it based on what the line judge is saying, and yes, he does.
Interesting call there, Jamie, to go for it instead of taking an attempt at a field goal.
Clock again running. So it is 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Give to Rogers, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. broke one tackle, but there was another one right behind him.
He had nowhere to go, and it was Nick Fay who was in there to help make that stop. You know, I didn't mention Nick Fay last week, but Nick Fay is another one of those kids that you're just like, wow, he's a sophomore, 5'11", 250. Starting to see some youth get some playing time this year.
Same formation here on second down and goal now from the 11. Here's Allen running right side, breaks a tackle, hit by McKnight. Touchdown. Late signal by the official, but once again, Matt, that's all Jacob Allen, putting his shoulder down and running through the defense.
Yeah, so Allen with the 11-yard touchdown run makes it now a 7-point game.
Extra point is good.
Ooh, he just snuck it up inside that upright.
And so the Perry Pirates now with 14 points. 10:57 to go here in the second quarter. We've seen an awful lot of offense, and really, Matt, there's no reason to think that that's going to change with the way these teams are playing.
Not at all. The one thing, though, Jamie, that I would like to see is this Hilltopper defense start to pick up some first downs, grind it out a little bit more. We've seen a number of big plays from them tonight, picking up big chunk of yardage. The problem is you don't give your defense time to rest. Granted, a lot of these kids playing both ways, but still, for those that, it's a lot easier just to focus on the offensive side than it is when you got to chase guys around defensively.
Give the Perry Pirates some credit for sticking around as the Hilltoppers took that early 13-0 lead. It's very early in the season, Matt, to think about anything, but obviously when you're up 19-0 and then you lose that game like they did, you have to wonder about a team's fortitude and about a team's ability to finish.
Well, certainly, and this is make no mistake about it, folks, this is a young and inexperienced Chardon Hilltoppers team. They lost a lot of senior talent last year to graduation.
Kickoff by the Pirates in the air right to the middle of the field. So an opportunity here coming from the 15-yard line. Hilltoppers dropped at the 24.
Yeah, not a bad return, not bad starting field position for the Hilltoppers, but Jamie, you saw Wade Novak on his last carry, bust off that 72-yard touchdown run.
That's his second big touchdown of the year, and Novak and Bowman were the ones who were supposed to split time at the fullback. Bowman maybe has become such a defensive threat that Novak will get some more of these carries. Ball in the 25, Hilltoppers on 1st and 10 with a man in motion. As a fumble. Guys are pointing, not sure where it's at. Let's see what the officials say. And it is the Perry Pirates football.
5 turnovers now in their last 3 quarters of play. Actually, check the last 4 quarters of play.
Timing was off. Ball went into the air, and Perry has it on the Chardon 19-yard line.
That is just a huge turnover, and momentum now just heading right to the Pirates.
Now, Mitch Hewitt said, Matt, down on the field before the game, he said, we need to beat one team, not 2 teams, as the Pirates are going to take their second time out. What he meant was, we can't play against both Perry and ourselves. And when you make a mistake like that, you're playing against yourself.
Oh, you absolutely are. And Jamie, I'll take a step further. They couldn't beat themselves in West G last week. And I think this Perry team is a lot better than the West Yaga team they played last week. Nothing, please, don't understand, I'm not ripping on West G in any way, shape, or form. I just think that this is a Pirate team that can make a deep run in the playoffs.
You know, Andrew McNaughton, our senior center, and Kobe are now taking snaps on the sidelines. I wonder if that's maybe that's part of the timing problem, is the exchange from quarterback to center. Otherwise, I don't know why they would be doing that right now.
No, it might be just to kind of get some confidence back together.
Pirates, though, with the football, as we've said, and Schiano has looked pretty good today. That young man, number 12, the junior, again from the gun, 5 wide receivers in the game. And he gives it left side. That once again is Allen.
Allen, some nice speed.
Yeah, listed as a wide receiver, but very much has been playing halfback this evening. No gain, though, on the play, maybe a yard.
Now this, if the Hilltoppers can come away with a turnover on downs here, would be so huge. But they got to make a few stops before they can get the 4th down.
Man is in motion. It's Malone. Schiano's got time. Now he breaks through the pocket, and there he goes. 10, 5. Does not get into the end zone.
He might have fumbled.
Chardon says he did fumble. Let's see what the official who is standing right there, he's pointing down.
Boy, John McKnight, the way that he was,
I
thought John had picked up the fumble.
Brian, did you get that shot? He's got it. Of course, at the high school game, there are no replays. There are no challenges, which is, I think, a good thing. But
we'd be here all night otherwise.
So, first down, though, by Schiano. So now it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
And the first time we've really seen Schiano run, too.
Yeah, really split the defensive ends. He's again from the gun. Takes a snap, gives it to Rogers, straight ahead. Falls forward. Did he lose the football?
No, they're saying he was down.
And he's now down, too. Ball came out, but call is he's down, not in the end zone. A yard short.
The Hilltoppers forced to make a goal line stand here following a turnover.
Now we've got a Wildcat. Allen is the quarterback, keeps it straight ahead. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
No.
The officials say touchdown. Late.
Wow, I thought forward progress was stopped.
South side of the end zone, and the Perry Pirates are now in position to take the lead with an extra point.
Well, it was 20-7 Chardon.
Extra point is good. So Samson Augustin gives the Perry Pirates a 21-20 lead with 9:02 to go here in the second quarter before halftime. And once again, Matt, that fumble proves costly.
You go back, Jamie, after Wade's 72-yard touchdown run, it was 20-7 at that point in time. And then they responded. The big pass play, Jacob Allen capped it off with that 11-yard touchdown run. Chardon fumbles on their own 19, and that 1-yard run right there, 14 unanswered points for Perry. And I'm concerned right now for the Hilltoppers because this is almost deja vu back to West Geauga.
Just the second quarter, though. We'll see how this team can respond.
Jamie, let me clarify that real quick, though. But it's you lose momentum, you turn the ball over, and the other team takes the lead.
Augustin again will kick it off. The sun has gone down behind the trees. McKnight here coming from the 10-yard line. He's a real threat, and he breaks a tackle, and there he goes. 45, 50, he's still on his feet. John McKnight to the 30. Spinning, and he lost the football. There's a fumble on the field. There's a flag down. The ball's at the 35, and let's see what we have.
That might be a sideline warning.
The Pirates have recovered it.
Samson Augustine, the kicker, picked it up.
Perry on the fumble recovery. Flag on the play.
McKnight with an incredible return. He fumbles it. The Pirates have it, and you're right, Matt. It's a sideline warning. Mitch Hewitt took his headset off. He pointed his finger. He said, keep them back, keep them back. But you know what else I like that I just saw there, Matt? He gave McKnight a fist bump as to say, you know what? That was an incredible run. Keep your head up. Because let's be honest, Hilltoppers are going to need McKnight if they're going to have any success this season.
Well, the problem is that fumble gives the ball back and brings the defense back out on the field.
From their own 26, the Pirates with a man in motion. Reverse. Oh, they're going to throw it on the reverse. Down the field. Allen catches it, and he's gone. 30, 25 to the 15, and he's in for the touchdown. A trick play. Jake Reed takes a reverse, but there's a flag down, and Perry seems to think that it's coming all the way back.
Hilltoppers do too. Boy, that wiped off a 74-yard trick play, holding the call. And that couldn't have come at a better time for the Hilltoppers. Boy, Jamie, if the Hilltoppers went down by another touchdown, but instead, they get some new life. Going to be now first down and at least 20, if not a little bit more, when they finally spot this football. But, you know, it's the break Chardon might need.
10-yard penalty. First and 20 Pirates.
That play was almost effortless by the Pirates.
Rosati's known for throwing in a trick play or two in a game.
And the Hilltoppers are going to use their second timeout of the night. And so we'll pause as well. 21-20. Pirates on top when we come back. Well, if you're watching us at home, thank you. Listening, I guess. Both. NDCL has tied West Geauga now 7-7. One of our other funding communities.
Any idea what quarter that's in?
Second quarter. Not exactly sure of the time. I'm getting live text messages from Bill Fugate, our photographer.
I was wondering where Bill was tonight.
Congratulations to the Hilltopper volleyball team for a 3-0 straight set win over Rush last night. The girls are back in action tomorrow for a tri-match at Fredonia at Boston Town Finch.
And so we're back. First down and 20. Pirates lose the points, and they go back 10 yards. Now they're on their own 14-yard line. Shiano with 5 wide receivers in the game, 4 of them to his right. Again, not a great snap, but he picks it up. He's going to scramble, stays alive, middle of the field, and it's caught by Malone. Breaking tackles, Malone gets all the way up. He's got a gain of about 17.
What an effort by Shiano and Malone. Malone, the junior, 5'10", 220, just breaking off Hilltoppers left and right. And Shiano, a good job, Jamie, to just step up and flush out himself out of the pocket to avoid that pressure.
There is a flag, though, way, way back.
That couldn't be holding now, would it?
It is thrown by the referee back on the 3-yard line. That's where that flag is sitting right now. So we will see. They signal it against Perry, but they're going the wrong way. So I think that, so it's roughing the quarterback. Referee pointed the wrong way. On the Hilltoppers, it gets tacked onto the end of the play, moves the ball to midfield.
Wow. You know, we saw Chardon last week give up a big play for a first down, then the play continued out of bounds where they made a tackle, tacked on 15 yards for unnecessary roughness. And it's not what you want to see when you're giving up 14 unanswered. You've turned the ball over twice. You can't give this Perry offense more yardage.
Schiano is going to throw it deep and wide open. 20, 10, to the corner. Touchdown, Pirates.
51 yards.
Anthony Rosati is wide open. On the near side of the field, Matt, a total breakdown in coverage. And once again, now Perry lighting up the scoreboard.
No, it's not what the Hilltopper fans want to see. Pirates doing it through the air. And make no mistake about it, this is a team, a playoff-tested Pirate team. They're coming in here and they have just hung 21 unanswered against the Hilltoppers. And Chardon right now, they have lost momentum, and the question is, can they keep their poise now on offense? Because I'll tell you what, a good, long, time-consuming drive will take away that memory. If you can hold on to the ball for maybe 5 minutes, get 7 on the board, you'll feel a lot better going into halftime.
Matt, you talk about momentum. That was actually the second time that Perry scored on that drive. So right now, this defense lost its way, especially when we consider that they shut the Pirates down in their first 3 drives and had that pick 6, which made a big difference.
Oh, and really, the adjustments made by Perry since that point in time, Jamie, they have given Schiano a lot of protection. Schiano able to step up in the pocket to avoid pressure. He's been able to, when he hasn't stepped up, been able to flush himself out of the pocket to stay away. But he has very rarely been touched, which is what Chardon needs to do. You got to get pressure on the QB.
He has shown some poise to be sure. The Pirates again to kick off. This is a squib onto the ground. Chardon has to just jump on it, diving down.
Yeah, it was Jacob Urbeck. You know, when the football's just bouncing like that, you don't know what it's going to do. It's kind of almost the old fire drill, Jamie. Just go down, touch it, and just make sure it doesn't go. Actually, that's not the fire drill. The fire drill's to get away from it, I beg your pardon.
Well,
but
the ball's not round, Matt. We know that much. So we saw that there as Urbeck does the smart thing to dive on it. Let's see what this Hilltopper offense can do with 7:52 left here in the second quarter. Kovaceski under center, takes the snap. He's going to throw it. First time today. Over the middle of the field, wide open. It's caught. Across midfield, 45 down to the 41-yard line.
Big first down. Vuyaklia makes the play. First time we've called his name tonight. I don't know where Max has been, but steps up and makes a big play.
First throw by Kobe. It's a good one.
Well, and I think that was needed, Jamie. It takes a little bit of pressure right now off of Andrew Kovaceski.
Now he's back from the gun. Seems to be where they've had some issues. Oh, and a false start over on the line. That was Chardon number 53, who is Thomas Fowle, the right tackle. So first down and 15. Hilltoppers now on the Perry 45-yard line. WeWereAthletes is in motion. He's the ball carrier, running far side. He dips out, but he's wrestled out of bounds after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, I just couldn't, once again, not turn the corner on that play. And starting to get a good look at this Pirate defense. They're a very quick and athletic group. I'm impressed by the speed.
Don't forget, at halftime, as always, we'll have the bands for both teams' live audio. You'll probably only see the Chardon band, though, if you're watching this on replay. Hopefully, these camera guys need a break every now and again. Second down and 8. Kobe's going to throw it again. He's got a man. It's complete. That's McKnight. 30. Breaks the tackle down the sidelines. John McKnight is in for a touchdown.
His second receiving touchdown of the season. And that's a big TD.
Hilltoppers needed that score, and now they trail by 2, Matt. So you figure now's the time to go for 2 with 6:29 to go before halftime.
Now, why not? And Jamie, who would have thought John McKnight, he hasn't really been able to do it on the ground, but he has done it through the air. His second receiving touchdown in as many games.
Boy, he really tight-roped that sideline as well. I thought he was out of room.
I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
So Hilltoppers out on the field going for 2. This is a big play. This is for the tie. Kobe from the gun. There's 4 wide receivers in the game. You don't see that a lot out of Chardon. Man in motion. It's McKnight running right side, and he's stopped short. A full yard short. And so the Pirates defense steps up when needed.
Now 28-26 the score. Perry leading Chardon by 2, 6:29 to play. Jamie, a lot of time left to go. And again, I'm looking at my notes here, and it's just amazing how quickly these scoring opportunities have come about. Perry scored with 7:56 left to go. This one, 6:29. Basically a minute 30 gone by, and you've got another touchdown.
Yeah, we've got a real shootout here between both of these offenses.
And it's not something, you don't hear the Hilltoppers being in a shootout very often. But now it's time for the defense to step up. They got to help out their buddies on the offensive side of things.
This is where coaching is important, Matt. You think about adjustments. You think about how you're going to use the time. You think about how you're going to use your timeouts. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this first half. There's no question that the athletes on the field can put up points, but will they be put in the best situation to win? Hilltoppers will kick off. That's Keaton Ziegenfuss, whose 2 older brothers, Ethan and Mason, were great kickers and also great defensive backs for this Chardon team. Hit Malone, and he's dropped down at the 19-yard line.
Great job by the Chardon special teams, not letting DeAndre Malone go anywhere. And now it's up to the defense as Drew Shiano going to once again bring his team out onto the field. And it's been a good first half for the Perry defense. They've been able to make some big plays, both on the ground, but mostly through the air.
Pirates will officially start at their own 20-yard line. Trips over to the far side of the field. Cameron Rogers is to the right of Shiano. This is a talented receiving core for Perry. It'll be Rogers straight ahead, bowling forward. We got a flag that came into the play.
Didn't see many flags in week 1, but boy, they've been out in force here in week 2.
The umpire says holding on the Pirates, so That's going to go back to the 10-yard line.
Jimmy, good time to remind our viewers, if you want to know what's going on in GTV, follow us on Twitter at GTV Replays is how you do it. Find out what's being played when. And every so often Dave will tweet out a few other things too.
You can always visit the website. There's lots of stuff on the website, especially our email. You can sign up to get an email. That way when we set the schedule, you'll be the first to know. First down and 20 for the Pirates. Oh, it's a low snap. Schiano fumbled it. He picks it up. Now he's going to throw it deep down the field, and it's complete. Coming back for the football is Jake Reed, and that's a 27-yard gain.
It was a wounded duck that Schiano threw up, and Jake Reed sensed that there was something wrong.
Flag is down, though, in the backfield, so let's see.
Well, Pirates are walking backwards.
Wow.
And maybe there's a reason why Schiano had more than enough time to pick up that ball that he just kept fumbling.
Tripping is the call against the Pirates, so that'll be on the offensive line, and that's going to go half the distance. It erases a big play by Perry, and it really puts them in a precarious situation now on their own 5-yard line.
First and 25.
Pirates going the wrong way and actually headed toward the crazies right now.
Well, this is what the Hilltoppers want. You're backed up, and the Hilltopper fans making some noise.
Schiano's going to keep it straight ahead. Hit hard. He's got maybe 2 yards.
A little bit of extra spring in the steps of the Hilltopper defense. I think that last possession just gave them a little bit more pep. And why not? They're back in this, just trailing by 2. Other thing here, Jamie, boy, if you can pin Chardon back deep to punt the football, you could get some pretty good field position. Don't want to get ahead of myself here, but...
Second down and 23. Standing on his own 2-yard line is the quarterback, Schiano. From the gun, takes a snap. Quick drop, going deep down the sideline, and it's over the outstretched arms of Jake Reed.
Mitch Hewitt was racing down the sideline, trying to get the attention of any official. He wanted a timeout. Didn't happen. Not sure why he wanted the timeout, but the Hilltoppers caught a break.
Wow. Well, now it's 3rd and 23. Always a difficult situation to be in because the predictable play is pass. You still need 23 yards, and you're right up against your own end zone. Schiano fakes it, quick pass, Allen's got it, nowhere near the first down.
Good read and a great tackle by the Hilltoppers.
So now, from their own 10, the Pirates will have to punt that.
Jamie, that was Cade McDivitt. We have another sophomore who's getting some playing time. 5'10", 170. Boy, we've called out about 3 underclassmen so far in this game.
Second punt for Perry, although the first one technically was a fake. That's a good kick. Low line drive, hits at the 50 and rolls for Perry down to the 43-yard line. So all things considering, that's a pretty nice special teams play.
Yeah, special teams able to get the Hilltoppers back near midfield. But the good news is the Hilltoppers have the ball back. The offense put up some points last possession, and now we'll see what they can do with the football again.
One timeout, 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Thanks for listening. If you are listening to us live at home, we've got young Peter Ward now sitting next to us. Matt?
got the whole Ward clan here.
The whole clan is here, and it's always exciting here. First home game in Chardon, and this really is a community event. You see so many families that you know around town, so many kids walking around, and Hilltoppers only 4 home games this year, so they have to make them count. First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Kobacheski takes a snap, makes a deke, and he goes forward for a few yards.
Oh, Jamie, and you talk about this night in particular. Gorgeous night here. A couple people brought their jackets. I actually brought mine just to sit on. That's all this is for. But great to see so many families out here. And congratulations to you and Sandy on the little one here. I didn't even realize it till last week when you said that.
Second down and 6. Kobe takes a snap. Quick drop. He's got some time rolling to his right. Down the field. Caught by McKnight.
Big catch by John McKnight. And what a job by the running back / wide receiver now. Was kind of caught in a one-on-one situation. Pushed up just a little bit, but not enough that it was a flag called. Recognized his quarterback needed some help. Able to make that sliding catch, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 31.
That was right in front of our on-field camera. Kobe throwing now left side. That was out of the reach of the intended receiver. Yeah, he's hit after the play.
He was, but he actually had 2 receivers in the same spot, McKnight, and I think that was McDivitt as well.
Back to huddle up. We should talk about TJ Finger, Jesse Desipeda, John Kearns, Jared Hall on the line.
Check that. I don't know who the heck 38 is. Different number not listed on my roster.
There's always somebody, isn't there? There's always one young man who's not on the roster. We'll figure it out at halftime. Second down and 10. Kobe back under center. Purchase is in motion. Purchase carries the ball. He spins and has a nice carry of about 7.
Was a nice run for Cole Purchase, who last week had 1 carry for 23 yards. But he's a nice change of pace back. We saw him in limited action last year and making it 3rd and not so long.
No huddle. Under 3 minutes to go. 3rd down and a short 4. Kobe fakes it, keeps it. He is stopped nowhere near the 1st down. And so now at the 25-yard line, you're down 2.
The question is, are you out of the range of Keaton Ziegenfuss?
I don't know, Matt.
The other problem is Kobe's helmet came off, so guess what? He's got to come out.
Holy cow. Now you got to, it's 4th down. If the Hilltoppers have a timeout, they're going to use it, I would think, here.
Max may be the QB. Max V going to be the QB. I like how that rhymes.
And they will use that timeout. Smart decision. 4th down and 4, 2:51 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Jamie Ward along with Matt Jaworski. Thanks for watching us here on GTV.
Jamie, is it safe to say that this is probably out of Keaton's range for a field goal?
Well, you're looking at about a 42-yard kick. That's a long kick. We've seen Keaton miss a couple of extra points because he's gone low with it. Probably a smart decision. Now, the timeout gets Kobe back into the game, right?
I do not know the answer to that.
It's got to. But we will see. Chardon Crazies in the neon with the cheerleaders leading the charge.
You call it neon, I say it's OSHA night.
Well, it can actually be both maybe, but.
There are some potholes, by the way, around that they can be fixing up later tonight if they wear those safety colors. Don't forget, halftime, as always, the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band, and it's been a long first half. Big play here, though. 4th down and 4. Kobe is on the sidelines. He cannot come back into the game. Wow. Max V is our quarterback from the gun.
4th down and a short 4. He runs into the fullback, no surprise, and the Hilltoppers cough it up. That's what happens when your quarterback isn't into the game, Matt, and boy, is that a
Jamie,
unfortunate
we
thing.
talked about it last week, and the Hilltoppers got to figure out a way to keep these helmets on these players. I don't know why they're coming off.
It happened. It happened 3 times last week.
I think it might have been 4 or 5, actually.
I think twice to Kobe, too. Wow.
There's obviously, and rightly so, a concern about, head issues and wanting players to be safe, which is why they're mandating that these helmets got to stay on. Otherwise, you have to come off for a play. But I wish that the Hilltopper staff could do something, make sure that helmet stays on that young man. He's got to be on the field. He's too important to sit.
Pirates on 1st down, deep over the middle. Nobody there, though. He just threw it as far as he could.
Good coverage by Lichty.
You know that drives Mitch Hewitt and his coaching staff crazy to lose that play. 2:41, though, to go before halftime.
That could be a total game changer right there, for all we know. Instead of going into the locker room at halftime with the lead, you may now be heading in there down 2.
Second down and 10. The Pirates from their own 30-yard line. They lead by 2. Schiano throwing complete. That's again Rosati. No, Jake Reed, sorry. Boy, between Rosati, Reed, and Allen.
RRNA.
And Matt Kuhl has a touchdown catch as well. Some really nice targets out there for Perry.
Well, they do, and again, if you're just tuning in, the big man, the key vocal point, the All-Ohioan, the sophomore Jalen Anderson, out for the next few weeks due to meniscus surgery midweek this week. Tore that meniscus back in June, played with it last week, but just was in too much discomfort.
Quick drop by Schiano. Now he's running to his right side. He's going to keep it. He's sacked in the backfield. Loses a few yards. Clock will run. That's not good for Perry. They only have 1 timeout left.
Jamie, that might actually be more deterrent for the Hilltoppers because he kept the clock running. I mean, down to minute 59, Hilltoppers may not be getting the ball back.
Well, we'll see how aggressive Perry wants to be here with a 2-point lead. Remember, Hilltoppers have a pick 6 tonight. Again, scrambling, Schiano. Oh, and he's sacked. This time he goes back more than 10 yards.
John Dinko, last guy there, touched him.
Suddenly now Chardon, with their 1 timeout matters, Matt. You're exactly right, and it'll be 3rd and very long.
Hilltoppers will let the clock run on this play and then most likely call a timeout if it's 4th down.
3rd down and 22 officially. Perry on their own 32-yard line.
Jamie, they're going to spread it out here, but you got to watch Schiano. He's got the speed and the agility. He just may keep it himself.
I don't know why they would throw the ball here, but we will see. 55 seconds and counting. They will throw it. He's going to scramble near side, and he's going to go out of bounds. Not the right move by the junior. He goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line, so he stops that clock with 48 seconds. Hilltoppers keep their timeout.
Yeah, and a little bit of incidental contact there between him and Bowman, but nothing that's going to draw a flag. Heard some of the fans go, ooh. No.
They're just excited to be here at home,
Jamie,
Matt.
you know what? I'm excited because there's 48 seconds left. Hilltoppers will get the ball back, assuming, you know what? There's no... I can't say no way, but I don't think Rosati's going to call for a fake here.
No. 4th down and 14. Quarterback is the punter. Off the side of his right foot. Not a great kick, but again, it bounces the right way and it goes inside the 30 down to what appears to be about the 29-yard line, and that's where Chardon will take over now with 1 timeout. They'll have to make a decision about how aggressive they want to be.
Well, Jamie, I think you have to try to go through the air. You've had some success tonight, and look for John McKnight. McKnight is the guy that can make the big plays. If you're going to keep it on the ground, you know, maybe we'll see something up the middle in the vicinity of Wade Novak getting a carry. Or the big fullback Bowman's in the game.
Bowman now to the right of Kovaceski. 3 wide receivers in the game. He's going to drop back, now rolling to his right. Nothing there at all. Throws it into no man's land. Incomplete. Now 35 seconds to go.
Yep, not a bad decision. It stopped the clock. Going to see Purchase and Dante Perico, the tight end, check in.
Fakes it. Kobe going to keep it. Nowhere to go. He is back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Again, each team with 1 timeout, but I have to think maybe, Matt, that is it.
Yeah, Hilltoppers will get the ball to start the second half.
No reason for Perry to use one here. And so, 10 seconds and counting. Chardon is going to go into halftime. Hewitt took the headset off. 3, 2, 1, and it's halftime. 28-26 is our score. Boy, that was an entertaining 24 minutes of football. We've got the bands coming up, and then we'll be back with the start of the third quarter. Don't go anywhere here on GTV.
To move or that good?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's halftime show is dedicated to Melissa Whitler for over 20 years as marching band director and instrumental. The directors and students appreciate all students today. Now, introducing the 2008 Chardon Marching Band. I am Andrew Whitler, congregating the Chardon Stanley Patrick. That band is taking on a journey to the early 80s and 1981 British rock band. get ready to rock to Living on a Prayer.
And it's a squib kick to start the second half here on GTV. McKnight picks it up at the 8-yard line, and he breaks a couple of tackles across to the 23-yard line. Well,
you know, any way you can to keep it out of the hands of John McKnight.
Matt, that was quite an exciting first half. The offenses on both teams playing very well, and I think we can both agree right now as we start this third quarter that this game could go either way.
Hands down, just a 2-point differential right now. Toppers getting the ball to start the second half. And you look at the mistakes, Jamie. If Chardon can cut down those mistakes, they've got the lead.
Hilltoppers under center. Andrew Kobaszewski, the quarterback, gives it straight ahead to the fullback who gets a couple of yards. That was DJ Bowman, junior.
Bowman had the pick 6, but he has been quiet offensively, hasn't played much offensively.
Right back at it. Hilltoppers. Frank Hall, the offensive coordinator, Matt, you know, he's down on the sidelines. Not something that you'd always see with an offensive coordinator, but he's right at the line of scrimmage. Man is in motion. It's Purchase. Now Kobe's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle across the 25 to the 26-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down.
Jason Byer wrapped him up and brought him down by the ankles, but, you know, I've heard the argument both ways about where the coaches should be, press box, sideline, and to me it's half a dozen of one, half a dozen of the other. You're going to have eyes up there regardless that can tell you what's going on. And to me, there's, to a certain extent, if you're on the sideline, you can at least have some interaction and some coaching with the kids.
Traditional wing tee behind Kobe on 3rd down and 7. Purchase. McKnight is in motion. It is McKnight running far side of the field. 25. Can he get the corner? He does, but he's going to be short of the 1st down by a few.
Chardon has had a really tough time tonight establishing the edge on the run play. And you have to give a tip of the old top hat to the Pirates. They have been very good getting their guys to the edge, forcing the Hilltoppers to run sideline to sideline instead of turning it up and going perpendicular, if you will.
Hilltoppers. Keaton Ziegenfuss is the punter. Dante Perico into the game as good kick. Sends the returner backward at the 30, and a nice job by the Hilltoppers special teams unit there. That was Jake Reed who fielded it, got across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Now the Toppers defense did have a little bit of success there in the second quarter, the end of the second quarter especially, when they were able to force Perry, and part of it was just due to Perry mistakes. But when the Hilltoppers had their success early on in this one, it was getting pressure on Drew Schiano. They haven't done much of that lately.
3 wide receivers in the game for Perry. Jacob Allen is the halfback to the right. He's had some carries, and he is the ball carrier. Left side, 35-40. Big young man across midfield. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds.
No, it's enough that he's going to pick up the 1st down.
6 feet, 220 pounds, Matt. And when we talked about that injury in the pregame, weren't sure if it would be Cameron Rogers who would get a lot of the carries. It's ended up being, to this point, Jacob Allen, who's been the main workhorse in the backfield.
Yeah, they've gone to Allen, who's had a lot of running room outside the tackles. It's been Cameron Rogers when they wanted to go ground and pound inside.
Again, it is Allen, left side of the line, forward. He's got about 5 yards into Hilltopper territory. Well, 28-26 is our score. Hilltoppers went up early 13-0. But as we saw in week 1, Chardon let the momentum go, and Perry got right back into this game. I guess the good news, though, Matt, for Chardon is they have reestablished themselves.
Yeah, they were able to right the ship, Jamie. The Hilltoppers were down at one point by a score of 28-20. Able to come back and cut it to 28-26.
Schiano, the quarterback from the gun on 2nd down and 5. Trips to his right. Fakes it, throws it, pass is complete to Rosati in the flat. 1st down, Pirates across the 40, down to the 37-yard line.
Salk, the freshman, able to bring him down, but he does pick up the 1st down, like you said, Jamie. And I'm becoming more impressed with the more I see of Drew Schiano. He's showing the versatility. The arm is there. He's made some good throws, made some good reads.
Clock running at 8:35. He's been from the gun all night. Looks over to the sidelines. Head coach Matt Rosati signaling in the play. Allen is to his left. 3 wide receivers also to the left, which is the far side of the field. And there is a flag, illegal procedure against Perry.
You know, we talked a little bit about Matt Rosati earlier in this one, the former head coach of the West Jaga Wolverines, before moving on to Perry. But, you know, he's one of the few coaches that dresses up, if you will, for a game, wearing the old short sleeve dress shirt with the tie tonight.
Yeah, and of course he was a huge influence on Lou Serino, who became a successful West G coach.
Lou loved to wear the sweater vest.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Lou over at Strongsville in his second season. Schiano to throw on first down, and it's complete, close to the marker, a couple of yards shy.
Boy, Jacob Allen is such a nice target, 6'0", 220. He makes it look easy. And Jamie, you know, I can see why this team is again a threat to, you know, to head down and potentially make it to state. It's been Steubenville that's been their biggest rival, the only team that's beat them the last couple of years. The Big Red.
Similar formation. Here's Allen, right side. He puts his shoulder down, has a first down across the 28 down to about the 26-yard line. Another Perry first down, a sustained drive here. Of course, Chardon's missed extra point puts this score where it's at, and good news for the Pirates is if they can get another score, they're only an extra point away from making this a two-score game, and that's a big thing. Schiano fakes it, throwing into the flat. He threw it under his intended target, had an open man. Throw wasn't there, incomplete.
Paglio and Salka in there to apply some pressure. You know, last week Hilltoppers allowed 11 first downs. I imagine that Perry's got to have more than 11 at this point in time.
Cameron Rogers back into the game. We have not seen them target Matt Cool since he caught that touchdown in the first quarter, but number 80, the tight end, is a big target. He's off to the right side of the formation. Second down and 10. Here's Rogers straight ahead. Again, they go low on him, and that's Bowman. He gets about 3.
Cool has done a nice job with the blocking game. Able to get in there, make some key blocks, open some holes up. Hasn't really been asked since that touchdown to go out as a receiver. A couple times they just haven't looked at him, but it's just amazing how versatile these guys are.
Third down and a long 7. Trickery. They fake twice. The throw. Here's Cool. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's out of bounds before the end zone, but they find that big target and a big play.
Now, we just talked about him, and pays off for the young man. Matt Cool, the senior, 6'5", 210 pounds, a touchdown already. And he nearly had one there. First down and goal from the 5 for the Pirates. And Jamie, more of the same for the Hilltoppers. They're just giving up chunks of yards.
First down and goal. Quick drop. Now he's going to go backward, rolling to his left. Schiano, he goes out of bounds. Didn't throw it away, lost yards.
Yeah, not a good decision by the QB there. Could have thrown it away out of the back of the end zone. And they've been backed up a little bit now. Will be somewhere out near the 10-yard line. Hilltoppers catch a big break.
Hilltoppers making some real changes defensively. They're bringing the big boys out. Look at those 4 guys running off the field.
The old run-stopping crew.
And they brought in this secondary unit. So, second down and goal from the 10. Cameron Rogers to the right of Schiano. Takes a snap. No, gives it to Allen. And Allen, positive yards, but still well shy. So now third and goal.
Well, the Toppers facing a third down here, and this is going to be a huge, huge play. You can get a stop here. You think that Perry would, at that point in time, have to go for a field goal. And it remains a one-touchdown game, whatever they do.
Halfway point of the third quarter. Trips to the right of Shiano. He's from the gun. Takes the snap. Looking, throwing, end zone, touchdown. Had his man.
Jake Reed from 7 yards out.
Man-to-man coverage there, Matt, into the end zone. And again, Shiano delivers the ball where it needs to be.
That was a great throw, a good catch by Jake Reed. His first touchdown of the night.
Extra point is good, and that's a big one as it now makes this a 9-point game and puts the Hilltoppers now behind in 2 scores. First drive for Perry. Positive news for them, Matt, as they go all the way down the field and score the touchdown.
Well, Jamie, since roughly the 6:06 mark of the first quarter, the Hilltoppers have been outscored now 35-13. They've had 2 turnovers during that time, and they just do not have an answer for the Pirate air game.
Last week it was actually the opposite when you think about West Geauga, who wanted to throw the ball early, ended up going with the run for most of that second half, and it ended up working. This week a little bit of a different scenario.
Yeah, West G got into that Wildcat offense. Guy Fanaro had a ton of success.
Yeah, that was the senior Gino.
Or Gino, I'm sorry.
Fornero, but yeah, he had quite a thing. And now back to the squib kick, fielded at the 24-yard line, reversing field, and out of room. That is Jacob Urbick, the up back, who picks it up and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hilltoppers, though, gets their second crack at this one. And would just like to see him, Jamie, maybe start spreading the ball out a little bit more. And not necessarily throw the ball, but just, let's try some new, we haven't, I know it was a favorite of Don Novotsik's, but we haven't seen the scissor play yet this year.
Traditional wing tee. Novak to the right of Kobe. All 11 guys in the box. There it is.
Frank Hall reading it, listening in here? Wow.
Little quick reverse. Not an exact scissor, but pretty darn close. It goes for 5 yards. That was number 38.
That's Joey Trevisano.
Joey Trevisano. And, Matt, time to get things going. Number 10 for the Hilltoppers in the game. Brought the play in. He's a split end.
That's Jacob Gaspar.
All right, Gaspar in the game. His father's the fire chief here in town. Wing tee, Kobe under center. Turns, gives straight ahead. Novak falls forward very close. I think he's got the first down.
No, Wade coming in and playing a little bit of that fullback role. Him and Bowman done a nice job with it. Now Keaton Ziegenfuss coming out as the split end.
Now Kobe from the gun. Interesting how they decide to go under center and from the gun both times. Fakes the Novak. Kobe's going to keep it. He gets to the corner. Across the 40, hit hard, but another Hilltopper first down and a gain of about 12.
Yeah, Jason Byer hit him hard late. It was a good tackle. Give Kobe a lot of credit. Made a man miss in the backfield, and that was key. It opened it up, able to find a hole, make a nice cut, start to work his way up the field. And for the Hilltoppers, that's one of the few times, Jamie, that they've had success around the ends in this game.
Yeah, we saw the Kovacheski touchdown, and that was a McKnight touchdown. Sorry. But you're right. The Pirates have contained the outside. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Kobyszewski under center at the 4-minute mark. Turns, fakes. Now he's going to keep it. Again, going to the outside. Positive yards. He's got a couple.
It's tough against such an athletic Perry Pirates squad. And, you know, Jamie, the thing is, it ain't going to get much easier because next week, waiting in the wings, and I hate to bring this up, but just good reminder for everybody, if you're not going to make the trip down to Canfield, we'll have audio-only coverage for you on GTV next week. I'll be there.
But how long do you think it's going to take you to get down there?
I have no idea.
I have been down there for a playoff game. Berkshire played a playoff game down there a couple of years ago. I think it was a GTV game, actually. 2nd down and 7. Man in motion, fakes. Kobe's going to throw it over the middle. McKnight, incomplete.
Boy, in and out of the hands of McKnight. He had some running room if he could have just hung on to that one. What an arm, though, by Kobe. That was a great throw.
Really, in between two defensive backs. I don't know exactly if in that kind of traffic. That was a tough catch, but probably one he feels like he should have made. 3rd down and 7.
Was a good try, though. I like that. Spread the field out a little bit and see what happens. This might open him up for some things with the running game right now.
Gaspar, again, is the split end. Traditional wing team. McKnight's going to go in motion. He's overloading the formation here to the strong side, and now Novak also goes in motion. Kobe takes the snap, has it. He's going to keep it through the middle. 1st down. Kobyszewski with a spurt to get 12 more.
Great read by Kobe. I thought he was going to drop back, maybe just throw the ball away, but no. He somehow found an opening, stepped up, made a good read, picks up the 1st down, and most importantly, held on to it once he got that 1st down. And the Hilltoppers in business crossing midfield.
A sustained drive for Chardon. Trevisano in the game. And now Hilltoppers going back to their bread and butter. Through the middle, Novak again! Sprints through, nobody is there, and he's got a touchdown. The 3rd time that Wade Novak has scored on that fullback dive.
It's working. 44 yards on that run.
It's amazing, Matt, because once he crosses those linebackers, there's nobody there.
No, Perry's been overloading the box, trying to stop the run, and boy, you get through the linebackers and there's no safety back there. And they thought about the 2-point, Jamie. They brought the guys in, they brought them off, they brought them out again, and now it's Ziegenfuss to attempt the PAT. Boy, they need this.
Ziegenfuss has it. And it's good. So the touchdown pulls the Hilltoppers to within 2, 35-33. And once again, the good news for Chardon, Matt, is that unlike last week, they are answering the call and keeping themselves in this football game.
It is so huge. You take the momentum away from Perry. You have a bit of a time-consuming drive. That drive started with just under 6 minutes to go. They chewed off not quite 3.5 minutes, down to 2:27 at this point in time. And you're all of a sudden now, Jamie, starting to get the Pirates thinking a little bit. Where's the ball? We've seen some misdirection. Kobe's done a great job making some last-minute adjustments, making some reads, making some good cuts. And then Wade Novak. Boy, we should start calling him Mr. TD. 3 touchdowns on the young season already.
Yeah, and every time he touches it, he tends to make a big play.
You're staying there, you're going home.
So 2:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Hilltoppers pulled it within 2 once again. And now what will we see from this defense? Pretty safe to say you're going to know what Perry's going to do.
Issue is, if you're the Hilltoppers, you don't want to give up any response points here on this drive. You gotta stop the Pirates.
High kick in the air, caught at the 14-yard line on the far side. That's Malone, and he's across the 35 before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Well, hey, once again, Matt, let's thank our funding communities, because without them, we could not bring you not only live audio on Friday nights, but our replays on this Labor Day weekend. And as always, they are...
Burton, go ahead.
Oh, you got it, Matt?
No, go ahead.
Take it.
No, go ahead.
Hamden Township, Munson Township, Chardon Township, the city of Chardon, Burton Village, and Middlefield Village as well. Thanks again for supporting GTV. We are on our 23rd year? 23rd.
Let's go with that.
Brian Foster says, hello. Hey, happy birthday, Walter Ward. He's going to turn 3 tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, big guy.
He watches GTV. So into the backfield, Cameron Rogers. No, that's Allen. Knocked back. A loss of 3 on the play.
It's what you want to see if you're a Hilltopper fan. That defensive line finally got a push. They got back into the backfield and made a big stop.
Under 2 minutes.
Boy, this is setting up, Jamie, as it's going to be a memorable fourth quarter.
It's been back and forth from the beginning. Man in motion, Schiano takes the snap. Pump fakes, going down the old goose and go, and it's out of bounds.
One danger when you throw it along the sidelines, your guy's got to be in bounds to make the catch.
Is that not the most run play in backyard football of all time? The pump it and I'm gonna go, right? Like, how many times have you run that play?
Way too many.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run, turn around, you fake it, and then we're going long. Love to see a high school varsity team run that play. Didn't work out though. It's 3rd down and 11.
The thing is, it does work, which is why they call it.
Trips formation to the strong side of the field for Schiano, and now this home crowd starting to make some noise. 3-step drop. He's pressured. Sacked!
Paglio got him.
John Paglio, the senior, getting his name into this game in a big way.
What a big stop on 3rd down.
Fourth down and 15.
Well, that's what you want to see from the Hilltoppers defense. A great stand, 3 and out.
Schiano's the punter, pretty decent one, and it's away from McKnight. Takes a Perry bounce inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line, but Chardon with the football, Matt, down 2 points. 41 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. They have to feel pretty decent about where they're at.
Absolutely. You had a 3 and out, which preceded your team marching down the field, getting a response touchdown. Big Mo has returned to the Hilltopper sidelines. The fans back in this game. You had a great halftime with the band. The band's about ready to get cranking in the 4th quarter. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, great crowd by Perry also, and it's no surprise given what that program has done now over the years.
No, it's a short drive too.
True. 1st down, running the ball, that's John McKnight. Gets about 2 or 3 yards on the left side of that formation. Clock running at 20 seconds.
I'll keep your eye on Wade Novak in that fullback position.
What a weapon he has become. Now 7 seconds. They don't have to snap it, but they will. And there's going to be a penalty flag. It will be encroachment against the Pirates. Offsides. That's a break with 1 second left, and of course that clock will now run out when the ball is placed. Matt, all things, even though the score is the same, or the differential is the same, heading into that fourth quarter, Chardon has to like where they're at right now.
Absolutely. You got to love where the Hilltoppers are at right now. We saw some things from them in this quarter that we have not seen in this game since early on in this contest. This is a Hilltopper team that's now showing some confidence on the field, Jamie. They're getting emotional out there.
Mitch Hewitt wants the boys fired up for this fourth quarter, and boy, if you're going to listen to a motivator, that's the guy to do it with. Well, hey, don't forget, as always, you can visit our website, geogatv.org, where not only can you watch both our channels for free, live, anytime you'd like, but you can watch all of our sports on demand. And just this week, we did Cardinal Berkshire Volleyball, which was a really exciting match. We've got a lot more to bring you, whether it's soccer, volleyball, tennis, or football throughout this season. And while you're there, you can sign up for the email service, browse the archives that go back 22 years, and just a lot of resources on that website.
Awful lot, Jamie, and it's all free. You can't beat that.
Start of the fourth quarter. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, thanks for joining us here on GTV. Second down and short. Wing T formation, one split end off to the left side of the quarterback, Kobyszewski. Man in motion, turns, gives, straight ahead. That's Novak. He's got the first down. Did he lose it? Don't tell me. Hilltoppers keep the football, and they have the first down, but he fumbled it. Matt.
They recovered it, Jamie. And I'm trying to spin that as a positive right now because the way this season's gone, every time they've coughed the football up, they have not been able to recover it. So at least it's a step in the right direction, although you don't want to see him fumble it at all. But that's got to be a growing concern now. 7 fumbles in less than 2 games.
First down and 10. The give. Running. McKnight. He's got a seam. Straight ahead down to the 45-yard line. Little extracurricular, but everything okay. McKnight gets about 6 on that play.
You know, Jamie, the last time these two teams got together was in 1967.
Yeah, that's amazing to think. And didn't we hear that it was our very own Dave Jevnikar was on that team, on that Chardon team?
Yes, he did. And a matter of fact, I got something for you on that.
All right, let's keep that thought. Second down and 3. Man in motion. Kobe's got it. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to tuck it. There he goes. Into Perry territory. Protect the ball. First down. 10 more.
Great run by Kobe. Saw an opening and just took off with it. It's what you like to see from the Hilltopper QB. He knew when to tuck it, and he gets him a big first down. Jamie, clock continues to run, and this is what the Hilltoppers need right now because it's keeping Drew Schiano off the football field. Just get some first downs here. Let that clock run.
Man in motion. It's Cole Purchase. Fakes it. There goes Kobe. Through the middle. Almost lost it, but he hangs on to it into the red zone. Carrying Pirates with him inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's what a Hilltopper does. You put the opponent on your back and you carry him down the field.
Late flag comes in from the back judge. as Kobe a little slow to get up.
Well, they weren't getting off of him, and you got to, once the play ends, you have to get up off your opponent.
Let's see if that was the call. If it was, it'll be half the distance, which is great for the Hilltoppers.
I mean, once they blow the whistles, you know, sportsmanship says you have to.
You're right.
The play's over.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Perry. It's a personal foul. It is going to go half the distance, so it's going to move him ahead about 4 yards. And now it's 1st and goal.
And Jamie, you give Kobe credit. He felt the ball was maybe squirming loose, and he changed his grip on it, able to get both hands on it, and hung on. And while he's doing that, he keeps his feet churning, picks up more yards, and now it's 1st and goal from the 5.
They're spreading it out. 4 wide receivers in the game. Under 10 minutes now. The Hilltoppers trying to take the lead. Faking. Straight ahead, nothing doing. Might have lost the yard.
Okay, he was hit big time there by number 53 for Perry. And that was Bryce Cooper. Well, down at the 5-yard line, no matter what, Chardon has to come out of this possession with points.
Hilltoppers are taking their time now. I don't know if they're going to call a timeout.
They may be. They do not seem to be in a hurry at all.
The back judge will raise his hand when there's 5 seconds on the play clock. Interesting that that's what they would decide to do here. But clearly, they do not intend on snapping the football. And there they go, using a timeout with 8:57 to go.
Well, Mitch Hewitt was down on the far sideline next to the official, just waiting to call the timeout. And Jamie, you know, I have a thought on that, and this is going to sound kind of strange, but I'm thinking that Mitch just needs his guys to take a breather here. It's still a relatively warm night, although the dew's starting to set in, temperature dropping a little bit. But a lot of these guys have been going 2 ways. Maybe he just needs them to.
But on 2nd down? Nevertheless, Coach Hewitt talking to the boys, and Frank Hall is the offensive coordinator, so he's going to call the play here.
Either that or they just didn't have a play ready and said, the heck with it. We're going to have to burn it. And they just took some time off the clock. I don't know.
Ready to go. Hall has got his clipboard. Certainly an important play call. Hilltoppers need 5 yards on 2nd down and goal. Wing T formation, all 11 guys on your screen. Man in motion, the give, straight ahead. Novak goes backward.
They were anticipating Wade there, but you know, that's the thing. You got to give it, Wade will have his big runs, you know, for big distances, and not the short stuff. That's just a joke, folks.
Loss of 1 on the play, so now 3rd down and goal.
Pirates just kind of snuffed that one out. And
Joey Trevisano checks back into the game. Obviously, your 2 best players, Kobacheski and John McKnight. I would expect one of them to get the football here. From the gun.
Topper's going to burn another timeout.
Another timeout.
Mitch Hewitt raced down the sideline, saw something he did not like, calls the timeout.
And he is talking to his quarterback right now, Andrew Kobacheski. 2 timeouts in 2 plays, Matt. An important one nonetheless, though. We'll pause and be back here on GTV. And so we are back. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Hilltoppers with 3 wide receivers in the game. Kobe from the gun. He's got McKnight to his left. He's in motion. There's the give. John McKnight running to the end zone. He is stopped short by 1.5 yards. And so now, Coach Mitch Hewitt looks as though he's sending that field goal unit out.
Mitch Hewitt not happy whatsoever. He had to burn 2 timeouts within 2 plays, and all it will result in is a field goal attempt.
Keaton Ziegenfuss, the junior kicker. He's on a hash. This is a 20-yard field goal attempt. Snap, down. It's good. Hilltoppers take a 1-point lead. Wow.
Well, 7:20 to play. Perry back on top, 36-35.
A very strange series of events there.
Jamie, that was what, a 20-yard field goal?
Yeah. No doubter, though. And that's good for Keaton to get that confidence. Of course, you know, he's a great kicker. He doesn't need a lot of confidence, but he is still competing at this varsity level. Hilltoppers 1-point lead. This is a defense that's only given up 1 score, right, Matt, in this second half. So.
Yeah, just that Jake Reed 7-yard touchdown run, a reception. You know, you look at it, Jamie, so we're here at the 7:20 mark of the 4th quarter. Hilltoppers have not led in this game since they were on top 20-14. Perry scored the touchdown that put them ahead 21-20 with 9:02 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
An awful lot of football to be played here. The temperature has dropped, there's no doubt about that. My smartwatch says 66 degrees, but it feels much cooler. And that always means in the summertime, when it gets cool in the evening, that things do get slippery out there. Ziegenfuss will send it in the air. Good kick down the middle of the field. Fielded at the 4-yard line. That's Malone across the 20. Still on his feet, and he's out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, Pirates will bring the offensive unit back out. And they have some work to do now, down by a point. But last time they were out, the Hilltoppers defense forced a 3-and-out.
Well, this junior quarterback, Drew Schiano, has played well tonight, and we have seen his targets. Rosati, Reed, Allen, Matt Kuhl has 2 huge catches. They're going to spread it out and use those young men. Spencer Kane is a name we haven't called yet on offense, but he's a wideout on the far side of the field. Here's Allen straight ahead on 1st down, and he stopped at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 3.
Yeah, not much doing on that play. Hilltopper linebackers got in there, helped make the stop on that one. And it's what you want to see from the Hilltoppers, just good group tackling. McDivitt helped make that stop. But you just got the feeling that, boy, a 3-and-out here would do so much for this Chardon team.
Man in motion, low snap, fakes it, throwing, middle of the field, wide open. That's Jake Reed. Puts a stiff arm on, and he's tackled inside the 20 to the 19. Big play by the Pirates.
Now, Max Lichty with a touchdown-saving tackle. And now all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, the Pirates move down the field and put themselves inside the red zone.
The Hilltoppers defensively, Matt, and we've seen this over the years, they rely on man-to-man coverage. And so those defensive backs, whether it's a corner or a safety, they're going to have to make a play. They won't have any help.
No, they've been left alone tonight, and it's burned them a number of times.
First down, faking it. Schiano breaking a tackle, now dumping it off. It's caught by Allen. There's a flag that comes in from the back.
It's coming back.
An illegal man downfield. Offensive line assumed that he was going to run it. And that's going to hurt the Pirates.
The Hilltoppers catch a break. That's a huge penalty right now. Wipes off a big, big gain. Pushes the ball back near the 24-yard line. And Jamie, it's the good teams that can take advantage of miscues like this. Can the Hilltoppers do it?
Ball is on the Chardon 24-yard line. From the gun, Schiano wants to throw it, looking to his left. Now he's pressured. Gets through the defensive line, still on his feet. A nice scamper by the junior.
Boy, it was like Houdini out there the way that he got out of that one.
Picks up the first down, I think. It's very close. We'll see what they determine. It is a first down, and so now it's 1st and goal for the Pirates. Two wide receivers, man in motion. A keeper, that's Allen in a wildcat. Nothing doing though, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Salka helped make that stop. And time ticking off the clock, Jamie.
Well, you have to figure the Pirates feel like they're in field goal range, but field goals can never be taken for granted at the high school level. Interesting thing would be if they score, do they go for 2? And they're now going to use their first timeout of the second half. 36-35, Hilltoppers on top. We'll be back here on GTV. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, thanks for joining us here on GTV. It's 2nd down and goal. Pirates from the Chardon 8-yard line. They fake, throwing, end zone, caught. Did he hang on to it? Yes. Touchdown, Perry.
That might have been Kane. I had a tough time seeing. There were so many jerseys there.
That's a quick slant, Matt. Schiano takes the ball. He fakes the give immediately, throws it in, and it's caught. And just like that, the Pirates answer. Now up 5. What do they decide to do?
You have to.
They're going to go for 2.
You got to go for it. You got to keep it a 7-point game.
They've got 4 wide receivers lined up on the far side of the formation. 5 total. Schiano, the quarterback. Nobody else there. There's the throw. Wide receiver screen. It's caught by Kane. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Spencer Kane catches that ball, and with 3 blockers in front of him, converts the 2-point conversion to make this now a 7-point game. 5:19 to go, though. Matt, Chardon still with plenty of time, and right now I have to think that they feel like the offense is clicking a little bit.
Well, absolutely. This offense is looking a lot better this second half than they really have at any time in the first half. Well, I mentioned the rivalry, and according to Dave Jevnicard, the last time that these two teams got together, Jamie, it was a 26-15 victory by the Hilltoppers on this field behind us.
Wow. That's where the track is.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the youth teams practice. In fact, even the varsity team practices there sometimes. Again, squib kick. They're trying to keep it away from McKnight. It gets by him. He picks it up on the 2-yard line, breaking a tackle, and he cannot get past the 15.
Let's go.
So the Hilltoppers will take over at their own 15-yard line.
And Jamie, there's a good chance that this very well may be the last possession for the Hilltoppers.
Chardon has one timeout. From the gun, man in motion, Kobe gives it, McKnight running, breaking a tackle, he's still on his feet, and there he goes! John McKnight across midfield, nobody is gonna catch him, and he goes 85 yards for the score.
Holy cow! Jamie, one big play deserves another, and the Hilltoppers respond quickly. The question will be, was it too quickly? Only time will tell,
Yeah,
but
McKnight down the sideline. Once he broke another tackle, you know, when Chardon gets past those backers, they've been gone tonight. You saw the speed, and the extra point is good.
woo-hoo-hoo! Tie game.
43-43.
Simply stunning. We saw big plays from Wade Novak in this game. John McKnight, he made a mistake in the second quarter, but he's recovered and he's made up for that, Jamie. You look at what John McKnight has done in terms of the yardage. He had a 57-yard punt return in the second quarter last week, and now an 85-yard touchdown run. It's safe to say that he's reestablishing himself as a candidate for Player of the Year in week 2 here in Geauga County.
Seven Nation Army. Good kick. Sends Malone back to his own 2-yard line. Across the 20, Malone still on his feet. He goes down at the 31-yard line. If you're the Chardon Hilltoppers right now, Matt, the defensive backs know that they're going to have to step up. Shiano's done a great job tonight of avoiding the pass rush for the most part. He's stepped up when he needed to. He's taken a couple steps to his left or right. Those defensive backs are going to be on man-to-man coverage against the likes of Reed, Rosati, Allen, and now you can add Spencer Kane to the list of names as well.
Well, based on how this game has played out so far, Jamie, if we're talking who has the advantage, the wide receivers for Perry or the Hilltopper secondary. It's the wide receivers for Perry. Chardon's got to find a way to put pressure on Schiano right now and take out those wide receivers.
Option play. Allen running left side, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
No, pickup of about 4 on that play. They got out of bounds, stopped the clock. Cole Purchase in on that tackle, yet you just want to, boy, I just keep coming back to the fact, Jamie, that I want to see pressure right now by the front guys on Schiano.
Throwing, caught, maybe a yard despite the catch. Great coverage. That was Anthony Rosati who made the play, and now Wade Novak is down. Looks like a
Cramping
cramp.
up.
Not enough electrolytes.
None. Not enough.
You know, Matt, hydration.
It's the key. It's the absolute key. I've preached it year in, year out.
That's a calf cramp too. That's a painful one, but I'm sure that they'll stretch that out. He'll have to come off for at least a play. We're going to have a 3rd down and a long 4 coming up for Perry. An important play. Clearly 4 down territory for the Pirates, but with 2 timeouts left, this is an important part.
Huge.
There's the snap. 3rd down, deep over the middle. Nobody there. Far outshoots his intended target. Now the Pirates, they do have 2 timeouts on 4th and 4. What will they decide to do? Remember, their punter is their starting quarterback. That gives them an interesting wrinkle.
Well, we saw them fake the punt in their first possession. Remember that.
They will kick it. It's a good kick. Again, takes a Perry bounce, which it has inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. And now if you're the Hilltoppers, Matt, you know that you're about 2 first downs away from winning this game. And so that's what you have to focus on at this point.
Well, Jamie, if you're the Hilltoppers, take care of the football.
That's a great point. And even today, when they haven't lost it, we've seen it almost come out a few times. From the gun, man in motion, fakes. Kobe's going to keep it, hit and drop behind the line of scrimmage. Now, obviously, the clock becomes an issue for Perry. They've got the 2 timeouts, and that's why, if you're the Hilltoppers,
well, thing is, though, I mean, if you're Chardon, you got to score too, though.
score what?
43-43.
Kobe across the 35 to the 37.
I don't want to see this thing go into overtime. I don't care. Touchdown, field goal, whatever it takes. And I think what they got to do is get the hands in John McKnight, or get the football in John McKnight's hands. Kobe's done a good job tonight, and he's had some openings, but boy, McKnight has at times been the difference maker in this one.
Man in motion. Kobe is going to keep it. Pirates are there. Gets about 4 yards. Hilltoppers, I like what they're doing, Matt. They're in no hurry, nor should they be.
A lot of time left. They only do have one timeout, though. Keep that in mind. Burned 2 timeouts when they, within the span, what was it, 2 plays that it resulted in the field goal. And don't get me wrong, that was a huge field goal. But this is a big possession here.
McKnight, nothing doing. No gain. It'll be 3rd down.
The other thing, Jamie, and I don't want to bring this up, I really do not want to see the Pirates get the football back with a lot of time left on the clock. They've got too many good players. First down here would practically assure that they wouldn't get the ball back in regulation.
Hilltoppers have had some big plays tonight. Nothing there again, though, a loss. And now
Byer tripped him up in the backfield.
Perry's going to use the timeout, and the Hilltoppers will be forced to punt.
You know, this will be a huge punt when it occurs by Ziegenfuss. Perry trying to remain undefeated on the year. They beat up on Riverside last week. Maybe beat up's not the right word. It was actually a close game until late.
You think about Perry, and you mentioned it, Matt. They are, you know, they assume they're going to go to the playoffs and they have high aspirations. But when you're playing the types of schools that they will be in that non-conference schedule, like Riverside, Madison, and Chardon, it's a lot of points there.
You look out even further. They got St. Vincent St. Mary on September 28th, which was the former Wycliffe spot on their schedule. Wycliffe moved down to the Valley this year.
Hilltoppers in an interesting punt formation here. And now they will come back into the more traditional. Off the side of his foot. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. So that's where Perry will take over with 1 timeout and 1:24 to play.
Now, 1st and 10 for the Pirates. And going to want to keep this in mind. Augustine 0 for 1 last week for field goals. Not sure what it was that he missed the yardage on it, but he did miss his only attempt on the year.
Back onto the field, the Pirates offense.
Getting loud here at Chardon Memorial.
The throw, and it was almost anticipated. It was Cool who makes that catch. He gets 9 yards on the play.
Was that Bowman who nearly had another pick 6?
He went for it.
Yeah, and you can't blame him. He makes that, he picks that, and the game's over.
Pirates back to the line of scrimmage. Now 55 seconds to go. The snap. Schiano running right. out of bounds.
Now picks up some yardage, stops the clock, 44 seconds left to play.
I don't know that he got the first down, which is kind of important. He is just shy. So now it's 3rd and short. The reason that's important is that they'd like to throw the ball down the field, but if they do that and don't get it, they'd have a really tough decision to make. 44 seconds to go. We're tied at 43. Each team has 1 timeout.
Timeout.
Chardon uses their last timeout.
You know, I got to give Mitch a lot of credit. How old do you think he is?
Mitch is 37. I know how old he is.
Okay, so Mitch is 2 years older than me. The way that he just sprints down the sideline to get the officials' attention, he has not lost much speed from his playing days, folks.
Well, this is
I got to tell you, it's just impressive.
This is a guy who played Division I football under Urban Meyer at Bowling Green.
I wouldn't want to race him in a 40-yard, I'll put it that way. He'd whoop me.
His senior year in 1998, he was a finalist for many of those individual awards that the newspapers give out, and of course his senior year the team lost in the state championship game on a very famous hook and ladder play.
Wow. He's still got that speed. That's all. Kudos to you, Coach.
It's 3rd and 1. It looks like Perry wants to run a keeper here. That's what, I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Allen. They do have to pick up the first down. If they don't do that, it's going to be a tough decision. Here we go.
Watch Rosati. He likes the trick plays.
There's Allen up the middle. They got the first down. They get about 4 yards when they needed 1. The clock stops on the first down with 40 seconds to go.
Now we'll stop to reset the chains. I don't think Perry's going to want to burn a timeout here. They only have 1 left.
Clock is running. Hilltopper sprinting off the field. Throwing deep down the sideline. He's got a man and it is incomplete. Anthony Rosati had a step on the defensive back, but he couldn't pull it in.
He couldn't hold on to it. Just a little bit in front of him. And they took their look down the field, nearly connected. Stops the clock now, 25 seconds left.
Fakes, throwing down the field, incomplete. Matt Cool, the tight end, was the intended target. Now with 21 seconds on 3rd and 10. Remember, Chardon does not have a timeout.
Interesting development on that play. Jacob Allen was hitting the backfield, very slow to get up. And he's limping a little bit as he makes his way to the sideline.
If you're Perry, you take a shot here and you don't get it, you're still going to have to punt the football. I don't know that you want to do that, but we will see. Crowd making some noise. The snap, the throw, incomplete. Now it's 4th down with 17 seconds to go, Matt, as they can't really go for it. I mean, they could, but it would be a tough decision.
I think if you're Perry, honestly, you just boot it into the end zone. You punt it, you boot it into the end zone. Because with 17 seconds left to go, the Toppers may try a running play, Jamie, but you don't foresee them throwing the football and chancing an interception.
Pirates will use their last timeout with 17 seconds to go. We're tied at 43, and we'll be back on GTV. It is 4th down, and the Perry Pirates are going to go for it. They do not play it safe. They're going to take a shot. Schiano, the quarterback, he's pressured. Tucks it. He's got the first down. Plenty of running room. He slides. The clock will stop on the first down. No timeouts left, though, with 8 seconds.
They're going to have to spike it here as soon as the chains get reset.
A second's got a tick.
Chains never got reset, and they never restarted the clock. So 8 seconds to go.
I think the officials are going to have him take a second off.
Well, he never wound it.
They went 6 seconds on the clock.
So, you're right.
Or wait, hold on now. One says 6, one says 7.
Well, the referee
The referee's saying 6.
wants 6.
The back judge, though, is saying 7.
The back judge keeps the time. Well, we will see.
Okay. You got to think, Jamie, it's
So,
going to...
6 seconds left, just so nobody's confused. 6 seconds on the clock. 2nd down, Perry on the Chardon 41-yard line. No, the 36-yard line. Here's the snap. Throwing, looking for the sideline. Nobody there.
Well, this next pass probably will be in the vicinity of the end zone.
Don't forget the way that overtime works. It's pretty much like college football, where each team gets a possession and they'll alternate who gets it first, et cetera, et cetera. It's not the sudden death.
Do you prefer that or just leaving a tie?
Well, I don't think you should leave a tie. That's not. Here we go. Final play of the game unless there's a penalty. Schiano steps up, throwing into the end zone, knocks it down, and we're headed to overtime.
What a game.
So after 2 hours and 55 minutes, Matt, of football since we kicked this thing off, we are tied at 43, and now we get to have another coin toss, and we get to figure the whole thing out again. Boy, what a game this has been.
86 points combined ain't enough. We're going to get to see some more offense, folks. Woo. But in a way, Jamie, it's fitting of this rivalry. And when you think about it, folks, if you didn't catch the very beginning of our broadcast tonight, this is a renewal of a rivalry that dates back to the first half of the 20th century. They have not gotten together since 1967, according to the News Herald. Chardon on a 4-game winning streak in this little rivalry here from 64 to 67. Pirates, though, lead the all-time series 18-15. And boy, Jamie, this maybe should become a regular matchup for these two squads if they're going to play this kind of entertaining football.
Oh yeah, this has been a great game.
And I'm going to say this, and I never asked Doug Snyder, I never asked Mitch. I really hope this is a 2-year contract.
Should be. Yeah, there's no reason
because
why it wouldn't.
I have never, as a member of the media, been to Perry Pirate Stadium.
Really?
I've sat in the stands as a member of the Wycliffe High School Swing Band for our football games up there, but never as a member of the media.
Look at Jevnikar. He's on the field right now talking to the officials. You know, those juices are getting going, Matt. He remembers the 67 game. He remembers what it was like, what it meant to everyone who was there. And he is now basically what appears to me instructing the officials as to how the overtime will work.
Well, hey, you know, when you're as educated as Dave, yeah, I've been around a while.
He is.
They're talking about timeouts, I believe.
Just so they know, and you're probably right. And here he comes again, back up to the press box.
I think he was questioning 2 timeouts for each team or 1.
Ready to go. Andrew Kobyszewski out on the field for the Hilltoppers, and Jake Reed, the captain for the Perry Pirates. So we're going to have a coin toss. Whoever wins will decide if they want to go first or defer.
What would your preference be?
You typically defer, right? In the way that it would work. You don't necessarily have to do that, but look at that. Look at the marching band.
They're getting into it. Extra band time. Can you name the song?
No.
I can't either. But it's kind of catchy. Well, Jamie, it just does not get any better than this. And if you're not, if you don't like what's going on here, if you're not pumped and excited about this, boy, check your pulse.
Well, coin toss is over, and we're going to go down to the north end zone. So the Crazies are going to get a chance to watch this one from one of the best seats in the house, and that's a good thing for them. Down there in the neon, yellow, pink, orange.
OSHA.
You got the band.
Bring out the hard hats, kids. We need you for another for the overtime.
I'm sure Chardon made that decision. So the way that this works is Mitch Hewitt's now got a water bottle. He's ready to go. No more headset.
I'm sure he'll put it back on once they're ready.
I think Perry's going to get the football first. They obviously have the chance to, they can get a first down. They're going to start at the 20-yard line. They can see what they can do here. No matter what they do, Chardon will have a chance to answer. So if the Hilltoppers can hold, all they need was a field goal. If they give up that touchdown, they get a chance to get one themselves. And if they can hold Perry to a field goal at worst, they can score that touchdown to win themselves. So.
And folks, if you notice the clock reads zeros, this is untimed play here. They'll keep the play clock itself, but there is no game clock. Each team with 1 timeout in the overtime session.
Here we go. Perry Pirates. They've got their 3 lead wide receivers in the game and that big tight end, Cool. Allen is a tailback. Shiano is a quarterback. He's going to fake it to Allen. He's looking down the field. Intercepted! The Hilltoppers, is that
Max
Lichty?
Lichty.
Lichty in stride. First play of the overtime period. And now Chardon is any kind of score away from taking this one tonight.
In the end zone with the INT, and Jamie, he read that slant perfectly, got himself in the right position, and Max Lichty is having a nice game tonight. Lichty broke up 2 passes last week, and he's made an even bigger play tonight. Here comes the wing tee.
Kobyszewski under center. We've seen him do about 50-50 tonight. Man in motion is McKnight. There he is. John running across the 20, pushing forward inside the 15 to about the 13.
Now, Pirates starting it a little bit slower to the edge. Nice run by McKnight.
Second down and 4.
Jamie there just doing what they need to do. You just get positive yardage here.
Joey Trevisano lined up as a split end. Chardon has thrown the ball only a few times. I don't expect them to start now. From under center, Purchase is in motion. The give, no, the fake. Kobyszewski breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down inside the 10.
They are within Keaton Ziegenfus's range.
First down and goal, but the ball is right at the 10, so they need all of them. And they've got, of course, all 4 downs. Gaspar in the game as a wideout, but pay attention to McKnight, who's in motion. Turns, the give, straight ahead, Novak. He's inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Wade just doing his thing, lowering the shoulders and going straight ahead. I love that fullback dive.
Slow to get up, but appears to be okay. And
cramping again.
Now he's limping.
Got to bring out the medical staff.
DJ Bowman ready to go. Of course, that junior, DJ Bowman, Matt, we saw him in week 1. Very active on defense. Played phenomenally. Doesn't get a ton of carries on offense, but the junior seems to have a pretty bright future.
You know, he's one of those kids, just lower your shoulder and go forward, young man. And, you know, Wade doesn't want to come out of this game, but he's just cramping up again. And it just shows you how hard he's working, how much he's given his all in this one, that he's just...
What do you do? You go Kobe from the gun, just a keeper, jet, right? Just right off McNaughton. Just, let's see how it goes. Second down and goal from the 4.
It's not the wing T person in me, Jamie, but this is where I prefer the stack eye.
There are 2 people behind Kobe. He turns, gives straight ahead. Bowman, is he in? Yes, yes! The Hilltoppers win in overtime.
What a game, what an ending.
Wow. The beauty of high school football is as bad as last week hurt the Hilltoppers. They come back and beat a team that is a state championship caliber here at home.
This is a huge win for Chardon. It sets them up well as they will be heading down to Canfield next week.
An incredible game, the final 49-43. And Matt, what I like to see most from Chardon in this particular game was that they fell behind, but unlike last week, they came back.
They did not give up. They made mistakes, but you know what? They corrected those mistakes, and they played so well in the second half.
DJ Bowman scores that touchdown, and boy, over 3 hours in, but it was worth all the wait. Well, thanks for watching GTV. For our executive producer, Dave Jevnikar, go ahead, Matt.
I believe we're actually going to have to throw it down to Mitch Hewitt on the field.
Should we scare you a little bit? Yeah, baby! There we go, boy! There we go! Hey, there's not someone that had probably a tougher game than Max Lichty. Yeah. And we stress all year, whether you do good, whether you do bad, play the next play. You play the next play, made him play, made a difference in the ball game. Extremely proud of you, bud. Good job, man! Hey, when I yell O-line, you yell? Yeah! O-line! Yeah! O-line! Yeah! O-line! Yeah! O-line! Yeah! O-line! Yeah, baby! Jerry! Go, Jerry! Wait! Coach Larry! Wade! No, Wade! Coach Larry! Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom? Holy crap. Hey, fellas, I told you at halftime I couldn't be more proud of the way you were playing. Could not have been more proud of the way you were playing. You just kept at it the whole game. That's all there is to it. Who cares, right? 43 points. It's the sweetest feeling in the world. I love it. Good job.
Coach, we grew up tonight. We grew up tonight. Guys played big in a bigger stage.
huge crowd. It's what I envision, right, fellas? It's like you got to take the game backwards, right? You're going to celebrate with your fans. You're going to hug your parents. You're going to thank them for being a Hilltopper. Thank them for being a Hilltopper. Let's go!
However, we're going to thank Dave, Brian, and Chris on the camera. Thanks to you as well, Matt. And thanks for watching GTV. I'm Jamie Ward. We'll see you soon.